back and enjoy the ride, because this is Paranormal Hood Live.
20,000 police in the whole town. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
It stopped after the "can you dig it?"
Yeah, no, we can't hear anything. She can't hear either.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
All right, what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to the Thursday night. This is Paranormal Hood Live. We are live and direct in the Garden of Knowledge Studios. I am your host, Jiggy.
Hold on, I don't got a microphone.
Where's your microphone?
Y'all, I'm Smoke King. Like y'all don't know already.
Metaphor here.
And we're live. It's another Thursday night, folks. What's Hood with you? Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining us at this early hour as we rock out and do our brand of paranormal talk. You know, about a good 2.5 hours, whatever it is, of us talking some paranormal stuff. Tonight we're not going to be doing the last one segment because we're going on one of our adventures tomorrow. It's been a long, fun, crazy summer. We've been all over the map doing all kinds of stuff, and we've been bringing it to you bits and pieces, and you get to see it. And of course, tonight we're going to talk about it. It's open topic night, so we're going to be able to talk about all things paranormal, some of our summer's adventures, some of the stuff coming up, some of the stuff you guys can look forward to, where you can find it, what you can do, how you can be a part of it, and all that good shit. Because summer isn't over, and neither is our schedule. Yeah, at some point tonight we're going to be talking about, because I know a lot of the folks who might be listening tonight don't always jump on YouTube and see, but we threw up on Instagram Live, on Periscope Live, here on YouTube Live. We threw up a little tidbit, a little teaser of some exploration we were doing of upcoming places we're going to be investigating, and you'll be able to see that investigation. So we'll be talking all kinds of stuff tonight. Of course, you're more than welcome to talk to us. You're more than welcome to join the conversation. Maybe you have a story you want to talk to us about, some topic, something you're just trying to get off your chest. Maybe you've had an experience that you needed to share with us. Tonight is the night to do it. All you got to do is call 563-999-3033. After, when we tell you we're going to take some phone calls, but I just suggest you get in that call queue at some point. Just when you're ready to talk, press 1. That's how it works. You can always hit us up on live chat on YouTube, or if you're not listening via YouTube, I suggest you go to YouTube, because already you get to see us rock out and smoke up in the studio. We keep it smoky in this motherfucker right here. But you also get to chat.
Smoke weed every day.
And we always have the coolest chat in town. Everybody in there rocks out and talks. So this is a great place to just kind of interact with us tonight. Like I said, it's a night where we can talk all things paranormal, and you can be a part of the show. You know, people get frustrated, and they get this all the time, that people want to talk when we have guests. They don't really want to talk to the guests. They won't have questions or stuff that they want to talk to us about. And we're cool with that, but that's why we have nights like this. So this is the night when you jump in. This is the night when you have to, anything you want to talk about, we'll talk about it with you. See? That's how it works. You got to know how the program works. Feel me, Meta? You looking forward to the adventure this weekend?
Absolutely.
Taking your owl?
Of course.
Babushka's coming?
Of course.
Okay.
Alushka is always with me.
Always?
Yeah.
I don't remember. No, Babushka wasn't with us at the adventure last weekend. False statement. You would talk a lie. What's up, Ryan? Well, I already caught you in a lie.
He was in the car in the garage.
Babushka is always with me.
He was there in the building.
No, not with you, like physically with you. Like, you know, you gotta have Babushka in your pocket
He
or
was in
something.
the car.
Put it in your back, make it like you got a hump and shit. You can like Quasimodo when
Oh my gosh.
back there and take me to the How do owls carry their young?
They don't.
They don't?
They don't.
They just abandon them
They
immediately?
just leave them
No, they stay with them. They bring them food and stuff like other birds and stuff, and then they learn to fly, and then they fly around. They'll stay with them for a while, and then they go off and make their own nests and shit.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, so I guess you don't have to keep them in your back then. Fine. Babushka, you're safe for now. But yes, folks, so tonight, like I said, we're going to be talking all things paranormal. Just get with us. Anything you want to talk about, and we'll be talking about some stuff that we have to talk about, so you know how it goes. It's definitely a good night to catch up with us. If you don't know the stuff we've been doing, and again, like in the past few months, we visited some cons, visited other states, met some great people, just a lot of things going on with us. So it's a great night to talk about it, to catch up. What I suggest you do, maybe during the break when we play some music, you're not listening to music, or you can listen to music too, but go over and check out our most recent YouTube posting of the place that we investigated. Maybe you might have some questions. You want to talk about that too? It's pretty fucking awesome, I'll tell you that. And on the paranormal level, we're the only ones that have investigated that place. I don't think too many people have been in there. It's not really something where urban explorers, anybody really has access to, in a sense. So you can tell a couple people have been in there, but it could have been better. We'll talk about it. But go over and look at the... Just go everywhere. Even on Periscope. If you're on Periscope, follow us on Periscope. There's live videos there. Live videos on Instagram. But those ones are probably gone at this point. But you can check them all out. You feel me? Alright, so I guess it's time to get into how I really do the show. So Smoke King finishes rolling up. I'll do the great introduction that I do every week. So anybody doesn't know how we do the show, let me explain to you and break it down to you real quick. Start the show off with the news. Take a break. Play some music. Always artists who are relative to what we talk about, what we feel, great music, get your vibe and your frequency right. Then we come back and we either have a guest, or tonight will be open topics, so we'll be talking about everything. So just so you understand how things work. Again, there won't be a last spun segment tonight like we normally do, so if you want to get with us, you're going to have to get with us early, okay? Because we got to be up early. But alright, this is off the smoking. We'll give him a second. You got to bear with him. You know, he's multitasking. Right?
I gotta roll blunts for the show tonight, and I gotta roll road blunts for tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, stuff to do.
It's a 4-hour fucking ride, so that means I gotta roll like fucking 6 to 7 blunts just for the ride.
Excuse me as I catch up.
And then I want to have a couple rolls for when we already get there, because I don't want to be fucking setting up a tent and shit and having to stop to roll a blunt. And I just want to take out a blunt and fucking roll it and smoke it while I'm setting shit up, you know.
It's gonna be a great adventure, trust me. And you guys will see it and hear about it. And we'll be doing some live streaming and stuff a little bit more up there as much as we can. As much as we can bring you.
Roll this shit in a minute.
All right.
Do the fucking news for you people.
Alright, let's get it started, folks. So, what we like to do, all you folks who see us, sometimes we pop on YouTube during the week, but you get an idea what we do. We spend a lot of time here in the studio, and literally almost 7 days a week. Smoking is just the medicine, the bonus part of it, but we're literally watching videos, checking the news, whatever source we can find. We're literally newspapers, whatever, magazines. Sometimes people hit us up with some great stories, but we look for that weird, that strange, that odd, that different. Not necessarily mainstream, but definitely paranormal of nature. And we mean paranormal meaning because everything is paranormal. Now that news might be found here on Earth. And yeah, I said Earth, motherfuckers. Don't get all you, go get your panties on the buns. I don't need any fucking correctors. I like to say Earth. Maybe it's Middle Earth. Maybe it's up to the moon, which is right behind me, where I say Michael Jackson's alive and he's about to perform in a little while. Or maybe it's up to Mars, the busy red planet that for some reason we all have focused our attention on. Or maybe it's somewhere beyond, someplace we haven't seen, we haven't heard of, something we don't know about, but if it's up there and it's making some kind of paranormal news and we can find it, we like to bring it to you every Thursday night on this segment we like to call Smoke King's Paranormal News. So Smoke King, what goes on in our paranormal universe, omniverse, multiverse, whatever verse Simmons?
Oh, what's good, everybody? What do we got in the news this week? A huge alien spaceship spotted above the Philippines.
They're here.
That's a huge bitch.
Oh my god.
Alien hunters have been put on high alert after a huge UFO was apparently seen hovering around the clouds in the skies above the Philippines. Popular UFO hunter, it's our boy Scott C. Warren, posted on his blog that an alien spaceship was trying to camouflage itself in the clouds. The photo shows faint clouds with a rainbow light scattered through the atmosphere. However, conspiracy theorists are pointing to a large circular but translucent object in the clouds, which they believe is a UFO using a cloaking device. Warren says that of the image, which was taken in General Santos, Philippines, this awesome UFO was hiding above a cloud during sunset, and for a few minutes the cloaked craft was visible to the naked eye. Such beautiful colors, and notice the round disc edge of the craft. This looks to be at least 500 meters across. The anonymous person who took the image and passed it on to the UFO hunter said, "Unfortunately, I have only one phone at hand. The good HD camera is currently defective. The colors were actually much more intense." However, other self-proclaimed experts believe this is not concrete proof that humanity is looking for in the search for extraterrestrials. Nigel Watson, creator of the UFO investigation handbook, said, "The light is simply a trick of the eye." He said, "Spectacular footage of a sundown giving the halo impact that may be interpreted as a flying saucer, properly by Scott Warren anyway. I do not see the place he will get the estimated measurement of the object as 500 meters throughout without understanding the gap in measurement of the cloud. Anyway, it appears to be like good. However, tinfoil hats can go on standby in the intervening time. The most likely explanation would be apophenia, where the brain recognizes specific patterns in things. If someone has hinted something looks like a UFO, for example, the brain will try to picture it in that way." Dun dun dun. So was it a UFO or was it not? I don't know. It looks like the clouds of the rainbow to me. Yeah, the Scott C. Ward will fucking make anything into a UFO. But you never know. It could have been.
Every now and then he got some cool stuff. A lot of
Every now and then, once in a while, but
anything's possible. We all know they're here. Aliens. It's always aliens, aliens, aliens. What else is in the news?
Let's see. Nothing good. Let's see what this Bigfoot story is. Bigfoot sightings abound, but you'll never guess where. When Bigfoot sightings come to mind, you probably think of old-growth forests of the Pacific Northwest. But there have been 323 strange encounters reported since the 1980s. That's not a lot, dude. Since the 1980s? What the fuck? Anyway, I'll see what if it goes there. Far from Northern California, Oregon, and Washington State. That would be the Sunshine State of Florida. There's probably been way more than fucking reportings than 303 since the 80s. Anyway. In fact, those sightings have become a kind of cottage industry, especially in Northwest Florida, home of the Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization, founded by Mick Minnis, appropriately the owner of the Bigfoot Moving Company. Some of the reports the group has investigated are indeed harrowing. When I see the reaction of people who've had encounters, I look at more than what they say. I look at how they feel and the way they talk. It's like it's turned their world upside down. Most of them don't believe Bigfoot exists, but now they don't know what to think. There were the two women driving from Destin to Panama City on U.S. Highway 98 when their car broke down. They began to walk towards Destin to get help when they heard a very loud noise, like a scream mixed with loud moaning. Then they went looking into the eyes of something they'd never seen before. It just stood there and stared at us, both women recounted to Minnis, now part of his journal of such encounters. It was approximately 7 feet tall, very muscular, and covered in what appeared to be brown or black hair. As cars began approaching, the creature hastily walked back into the woods and disappeared. Well, contact the individual and try to set up a time and place to see if their report is legitimate, Minnis says. Explained, having interviewed dozens of witnesses. I've interviewed soldiers, law enforcement officers, men, women, everyday people. He says he evaluates each witness's credibility, how fresh the incident is in the person's mind, and whether there would be a better explanation of the event. Our goal at BFRO is to get specific evidence to prove that Bigfoot exists, and then to protect the species. There are some organizations out there that believe they need to kill something to prove it, but I'm absolutely no kill.
Don't do it.
Another journal entry is the experience of a kayaker on the Yellow River who first heard the sounds of sticks breaking on shore and smelled a very musky, wet dog smell. Then the creature started throwing rocks down at him in the swamp. I thought it had to be a redneck or something, so I yelled out, "Hello, what are you doing?" No sounds, not even birds. Then another rock about the size of my head almost hit my kayak. The river trip was 25 miles long, and it sounded like I was followed the whole way. Then there was a group of people who fled in every direction after encountering a large hominid form. Me and my brother were driving south on Highway 85 about 7 miles south of Crestview at 1:30 a.m. when we spotted what we first thought was a really big black bear on the side of the road. One of the entries dated March of this year. When we looked, we saw a large, upright, walking like human, black Bigfoot type creature. Nearly all the encounters have similar common denominators. Experience in the woods or swampy rural areas. Most take place at night. Witnesses smelled or heard the creature before seeing it. Another witness was chopping wood outside his home when he heard a weird, loud, growling scream sound. It was on and off for a few hours. Then the man wrote, "I have never heard anything like it. I had goosebumps all over. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. I was totally freaked out." Another man was hunting when he heard what sounded like a two-cycle engine or a chainsaw. Mike Spates, spokesman for the Jackson Guard, denied any Bigfoot activity on the England Air Force Base, where many of the entries from the BFRO and the GCBRO website say they've seen the creatures. When Minnis says that he's never seen a Bigfoot, he claims to have heard vocalizations during expeditions in North Florida woods several years ago. His wife Tracy said she saw a Bigfoot in a clearing in the woods on the side of Interstate 75 during a trip to Sarasota years ago. "I believe instantly that there are Bigfoot," he said. "I think there are just so much land and there are so many woods and mountains there are still unexplored. Almost on a daily basis we're finding animals that have been undiscovered," his wife Tracy added. Dun dun dun. What do you think about Bigfoot?
What if Bigfoot was like Predator? What if the Predator movies were based on Bigfoot? And that like Bigfoot will only fuck you up if you like come armed or some shit and Bigfoot knows you come to do some crazy shit. That would be dope. Leave Bigfoot alone. Stop trying to kill that motherfucker. I keep telling you people, man. That's the problem, man. Bigfoot just want to come and chill with some peace and love. Maybe smoke a blunt or some shit. Y'all try to kill it and track it. Bigfoot ain't about that. I'm telling you, chill out. Leave the big features alone. The Millennium Falcons are going to show up and shit and everything, man. This is going to be all hell. Y'all didn't know that. They all fly Millennium Falcons. All of them. They come from a planet of Millennium Falcons. What else is going on?
Alright. Let's see here. More Bigfoot stuff. Bigfoot proof. Frenzy as footage captures roars of mythical beast. Terrifying footage has emerged of what some believe to be the roars of Bigfoot in a forest. In the clip, a camera has been set up in an unidentified forest in the U.S. The area is reportedly a hotspot where people have claimed to see and hear the beast many times. After a few seconds of silence, some howls are heard before an angry roar bellows through the trees. A second roar is heard not long after this, seeming to get nearer to the camera. Heavy breathing follows this as the creature making those noises appears to be communicating with a howling beast. The rustle of leaves indicate that the mysterious beast is very near, continuing to roar before the clip ends. Bigfoot, sometimes referred to as Sasquatch, is the name given to a hairy ape-like being that dwells in the woods. Several sightings of the mythical beast have been reported in North America after they peaked in the 1970s. This clip was published on NTV and it has clocked up nearly 5,000 viewers already since yesterday, sparking a huge debate online. Some viewers believe this is evidence of the existence of Bigfoot. This is chilling. My cat was even looking concerned, one person said. Well, another simply said, definitely a Sasquatch, but there were some who were not convinced. It sounded pretty human to me, a fourth viewer commented. My wife sounds like that before her second cup of coffee, said another. A fifth person said, sounds like a man to me. Why he is so close, I don't know. But this is not the only reported sighting of the beast. A creature was spotted lurking in Canadian woods last week, while a man was left terrified when he believed he saw Bigfoot while trekking through the woods in Northern California recently. That's it.
A lot of Bigfoot.
A lot of Bigfoot sightings. Alright, let's see.
Bigfoot's looking for some cool people to make contact with. We out here, Bigfoot. Smoke a blunt with you and chill. We don't want to fight you. We don't want to hurt you. We don't want to do none of that shit. We ain't got to tell nobody we met you either. We'll keep it, you know, keep it on the down low, man. Keep it chill. Keep it hush hush. G16 classified.
Hold on a second here. See if we can find one more story.
Uno momento, por favor.
Detailed Space Force plans to be revealed. We're gonna make the universe great again. We're gonna build a Space Force.
You're an idiot.
According to the Washington Post, Vice President Mike Pence will give a speech at the Pentagon today to explain the government's plan to form the Space Force in detail. The speech is scheduled at 11:15 a.m. In June, U.S. President Trump announced the sixth branch of the armed services, the first military branch created in more than 70 years. And that's all it says. And I guess they haven't
Cocaine's a hell of a
said
drug.
very much about what happened during that speech.
It's a speech I could only watch because we can't watch the whole speech now. But I watched like about 30 seconds of it, and he just. I don't. It's weird too because I don't know if he was speaking to a crowd because you expected people to kind of like. It's almost like when he was speaking, you expected people to clap. I don't really. I don't know, man. But it was He just kind of. And then
let me find some news about this.
Going to be the
All right, hold on here. Let's see. Pence details plan for creation of Space Force in what would be the sixth branch of the military. Vice President Pence laid out an ambitious plan Thursday that would be creating a military command dedicated to space and establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the U.S. military as soon as 2020. The first since the Air Force was formed shortly after World War II. Pence warned of the advancement that potential adversaries were making and issued what amounted to call to arms to preserve the military's dominance in space. Just as we've done in ages past, the United States will meet the emerging threats of this new battlefield, he said in a speech. The time has come to establish the United States Space Force. But the monumental task of standing up a new military department, which would require approval by a Congress that shelved the idea last year, may require significant new spending and a recognition of the largest bureaucracy in the world. And the idea has already run into fierce opposition inside and outside the Pentagon, particularly from the Air Force, which could lose some of its responsibilities. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis last year said he opposed a new department of the military at a time when we are focused on reducing overhead and integrating joint warfighting functions. This week, Mattis said the Pentagon and the White House are in complete alignment on the need to view space as a warfighting domain, but he stopped short of endorsing a full-fledged Space Force. In a briefing with reporters after Pence's speech, Deputy Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan suggested that Mattis' comments opposing the Space Force were made at a different time before the Pentagon received a bolstered budget. White House officials have been working with national security leaders to aggressively move ahead without Congress. The first step is creating a new U.S. Space Command by the end of the year, which be led by a 4-star general, the way a Pentagon's Indo-Pacific Command oversees those regions. The new command would pull space experts from across the armed services, and there would be a separate acquisition office dedicated to buying satellites and developing new technology to help the military win wars in space.
You are one pathetic loser.
After the announcement Thursday, President Donald Trump tweeted, "Space Force all the way."
You suck, you jackass.
Shut up.
We're the Space Force, mighty Space Force.
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
For months, Trump has been calling for a Space Force, a new freestanding military department with its own chain of command and uniforms.
Ooh,
in a letter to supporters Thursday, the Trump 2020 campaign said it would sell a line of gear that would come with a logo of their choosing, included one labeled "Mars Awaits" to commemorate President Trump's new Space Force. According to a copy of the email, a move that fueled criticism that the effort was motivated by politics. The White House intended to work with lawmakers to introduce legislation by early next year, a senior administration official said, with the hopes of setting up the first new military department since the Air Force was formed in 1947. Some members of Congress and military leaders have been warned that space is no longer a peaceful sanctuary, but a domain of conflict that needs more attention and resources. Space is vital to the way the United States wages war. The Pentagon's satellites are used for missile defense warnings, guiding precision munitions, and providing communications and reconnaissance. Russia and China have made significant advancements challenging the United States' assets in space. In 2007, China blew up a dead weather satellite with a missile, creating a massive debris cloud in orbit, which Pence called a highly provocative demonstration of China's growing capability to militarize space. China also has demonstrated the ability to hit satellites in much deeper orbit, where the military parks some of its most sensitive assets. In his speech, Pence acknowledged the difficulties in establishing a new service and said the Pentagon would create an Assistant Secretary of Defense for Space.
Oh, so they're going to be satellite security. I get it now.
A top-level civilian who will report to the Defense Secretary to oversee the growth and expansion of the 6th branch of the service. The official must sort out many details, including how the Pentagon would recruit for the Space Force and compete for resources with the Pentagon. Even basic details such as what uniforms and what rank structure the Space Force would use must be decided. Some members of Congress advocated last year for creating Space Corps in the Air Force Department, similar to how the Marine Corps is part of the Navy Department. Evaluating the proposal to create a new department will mean additional Pentagon bureaucracy, critics say. Alright, blah, 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 blah. Come on, anything else? Did fucking Trump say anything else dumb here? Let me just skim through, because I don't want to hear all this politics bullshit. I don't know who said this, but somebody said, "We've been warning for years of the need to protect our space assets and develop more capable space systems," they said in a joint statement. I don't know who was the joint statement. Oh, Pence and Mike Rogers of Alabama and Jim Cooper. The only thing we can't afford is inaction, says Pence.
Silence, Earthling!
Wow. Yeah, I give them the award.
Yeah, they get that. That's fucking. Yes. They get the award on that.
Like, who the fuck are they gonna fight? Like, I just watched Moonraker too, which still I don't get the fucking alternate fucking new ending that doesn't make any goddamn sense. But like, is that what's gonna happen? Like, are they gonna launch like shuttles and I bet they're like little fucking space like lasers? Pew 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 pew. you? Like, who are they going to fight? Like, all this shit that's going on down here, and they're worried about. So I can understand. All right, well, maybe you need to protect your satellite, whatever. But
got big fucking egos and little dicks, and they fucking have to fucking tote it.
And shit.
They have to tote it some way. That's what all wars come down to.
All rise for the intergalactic anthem. You know, it's gonna be some. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Big
Like,
egos,
what
little
the
dicks.
fuck? Like, seriously, there's gonna be uniforms. Everybody gets a uniform, and you get to choose the logo.
How dare you talk about my little
You get
dick?
to choose the logo. They're gonna be selling them shits. He's
Fucking voting for logos and shit.
Yeah, good luck. Okay, yeah. That's a good way to. You know what? I even haven't played this one in a while. Excuse me for 1 second. Let me find this one because that definitely strikes me as wow. Here we go.
Now that's the dumbest shit I heard all week.
Yes. You know what? Again. And Agent Orange.
You ugly, you're ugly, and your mother ugly, and your sister ugly. You just plain old ugly.
Alright, folks, we're going to take a break, play some music, get you right, get you tuned up, get your vibration raised, get your frequency nice and aligned. We're going to come back. Tonight's open topic, paranormal talk. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did last week. Some folks don't know what we did last weekend. Some folks don't know what we're going to do this weekend. Some folks don't know a lot of what we're doing, period. So tonight we're going to hip you to everything that's happening with ParanormalHooD. And if you have any questions, comments, maybe you have a story, something's happened to you that's been paranormal that you've just been wanting to get off your chest, something you want to talk about tonight.
I'm gonna invest Jiggy. I want to know where the fucking Jamaican comes from. She's possessed by a Jamaican a Jamaican woman. Of all things. It's not even a Jamaican man. He's possessed by... Where did that come? Were you in Jamaica? Somebody put some voodoo shit on you? Like,
yeah, it's opium. It's not really voodoo, it's opium. Yeah, they practice black magic with it. But no. I know.
I'm just saying.
I've done a lot of security with Jamaicans and shit, you know what I'm saying?
So, and... Just all of a sudden, he just randomly, like, this Jamaican person just starts talking through Jiggy.
That's for Jasmine. What? That's your mic. Fix my mic.
You've been doing it for years.
Can you hear me now? It might just be the blog talking because I don't know how everybody else hears it. If for any reason the sound sounds weird, please let us know. Remember, you're our eyes and our ears. But again, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back and talk some paranormal talk. I don't know what he says, a Jamaican woman, but all right, maybe he's never been to Jamaica actually either, so he doesn't understand patois. But it's okay, it's cool. But anyways, we'll be back. Don't go too far.
I know all about it. And you sound like a Jamaican
999-3033. I don't know what Jamaican women he's talked to, but okay, Jamaican now. We'll be back. ParanormalHooD.
Who's in the shadows? Who's ready to play? Are we the hunters or are we the prey? There's no surrender and there's no escape. Are we the hunters or are we the prey?
No surrender like I'm creeping on the come up. Light it up just like the 4th of July. Doing magic like a sorcerer on them. Gust of wind, take away opponents. Time is precious, I ain't got a second. These ain't verses, these are Kazi records. 111-333-555. I get the message. They don't want no smoke, they don't want no static. Gotta want it more than they want you to have it. Walking through the madness, looking at the damage. So apocalyptic on this canvas. Prophesizing like a prophet, it's unreal. Ain't no use in using logic. There's nothing they can do to stop me. I'm about to take off in this ride.
Came down the 9th dimension, no surrender till we cut the tension. Call me Cinder from Killer Instinct. My body goes on fire when I rap in the instinct. Ain't nobody on this planet make a god surrender. Goes for any phony, any fake pretender. Transmute energy, I'm an overbender. You can catch heat, I don't care who sent ya. Watch how I fuse every letter I use into a lyrical enlightenment. I pick and I choose, and every word I say I let it right into the music. Get you faster than lightning, I'm the rapping Zeus. Am I really Ares, the god of war? I am every human that is being and more. Who ready to play? Who be in the shadows? I'm the infinite creator. You ain't ready to battle, no surrender.
Who's ready to play? Are we the hunters or are we the prey? There's no surrender and there's no escape. Are we the
only stop for that local consciousness or goodbye. Even if one soul survivors on the road to righteousness.
I heard you down for the cause. We don't dare take a pause, we have no time. I know that all that we have in this world is truly mine. Soldier on the line.
Namaste, my niggas.
Standing front the line.
They be like, how you do that shit? I be like, it don't matter though. All that matter how I spit that knowledge. How you receive that knowledge? I gaze the sun. Never have I been to college. Cosmo my son. Question things and question often. You are a god. Recognize your fucking bossness. That is my word. I would not lead you to the lost man. You are not lost man. You never lost man. Just flick on that torch inside of you and stand up like you proud fool. I'm chewing nails. You suckers chewing cotton candy. I ride in hell. If that's the only consequence for knowing I'm a fucking god. This holy realm I'm flying in. Catch the elevator to the fifth. You're dying in the fourth dimension. Everybody crying and they sinning it. You a weenie. You forgot to eat your Wheaties, so full of feast. Every time I bum around, your fake ass cheesing. Or
I heard you down for the cause. We don't dare take a pause, we have no time. I know that all that we have in this world is truly mine. Soldier on the line. Standing front the line.
Igbo nigga bad like Porsche. Cry a river flow like ocean. Bad man, show no emotion. My former plan was to keep myself to stay afloat. Now I got the cosmos on my back. Expecting me to pay that universal fee. I got no car black, but I keep a steady stream of that moolah on my mental. Speaking actions into action, overleft the instrumental. Shaman spitter, got that yellow flow. Got some more knowledge, I think you should know. Fibonacci resonance, can you hear it though? If you can, you got no spirit, bro. Is you down to take the devil's ride? If it gets you into paradise, do needle brush and win a pint. Shifting hellish paradigms, all relative to space and time.
I heard you down for the cause. We don't dare take a pause, we have no time. I know that all that we have in this world is truly mine. Soldier on the line. Standing front the line.
Their God died. You see, and this is also a plot on them. These are our humans. And I say we all belong to each other. But our smartest people watch their greatest dream of finding an external God die. They've become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yo, most these guys want Hollywood. All I want is that real shit. I put the game on silent mode, so all I see is that real shit. I'm full circle, all degrees, full spectrum. All I need is a room in a full moon, full bloom. I run right through that sunlight to the realm of the unbegotten. No light, like everything came from black. This is the alchemy, now you can see it. I brought it up out of me. Now you can feel it, my vibrationality. Taurus and Scorpio, Venus and Mars. I am the voice of the galaxy. I speak and create my reality. I am on fire, that water is burning inside of my eye. Everything audibly turning inside of my mind, converted to time. Now you can see how I see it. I know that seeing is believing. Soon as I made the incision inside of myself, made a decision to fly. Open your mind. All they gon' say is I'm tripping by how I deliver vibrational light. All they gon' say is I'm missing by how I position these thoughts in my mind. All they gon' say is I'm missing by how I be saying I never could die. All they gon' say is I'm tripping, now watch how I light up the earth with my eye.
Because they are in the box. See, this is what happens with religion, and when you take on religious structures, religion is designed to make the person predictable. To make the person so that when something occurs, they already know what 80% of the people are going to do. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to kill nothing or let nothing die. They're not going to even protect their own. They're going to stick their heads into the sand. That's what it teaches them to do in the book. They're just going to turn the other cheek. So we got that. See, that's how they think.
I feel I'm in the zone, can you roll back? Time zones can't unfold that. Feeling my spine right tied to my mind. The light laid lines along a towpath. Now I'm feeling so good that it's so bad. I tried dying once, but I came back. These infinite minds creating infinite times. I start tricking like a nomad. Now it's looking like glyphs on my notepad. Feelings that I never knew I had. Coming from this vision, the alternated dimension said he's stacking up this wisdom for this long path. Now I'm feeling alright when I'm up all night trying to work out this lost math. Reroute my star map. Elevated thoughts, but I'm feeling like a psychopath. Now tell me where all my psychos at. The ones that are ready to fight them back. Take back the lies, break the trance, reveal the truth to the youth so they stand a chance. Now I know there's a lot that I don't understand, but the least I can say is that I gave a damn, and I made a plan. Uplift every single woman and man to where they understand there's a God inside waiting to take command. Breaking down this goddamn, I said breaking down that goddamn. I know that you can feel it, I can feel it in me. It's that burning feeling of wanting to be free, wanting to be supreme. SOTOVIM, truth to the youth so they stand a chance and I'm gone.
This is just not the time for you to listen to some deep information, maybe smoke a spliff or something, and then chill out on it before you go to work on Monday. This is about getting you out of the matrix. This is about taking you to an entirely different scope of your existence so you can really assist those that are around you. This is about clearing up your biorhythm, your lineage. Because of the situation that I'm about to explain, you'll see that everyone is lost.
Yeah, Draconi is right in the 6. I'm the dog who's holding the 9. Surprised to see the Supremes. We dissolve in the fabric of time. 241. Evolution has started, creation is done. All that is left is to waken the max. The world is on fire, I will rise from the ash. When a million wake up, when a milli wake up, the American dream will no longer be for the tribals ahead. Need no man to sleep. The story before was shackles and sheep. Be feeling myself through the shallow and deep. Reaching for heaven, I'm too dumb to see. I was reaching for something that lies within me. To say that I'm great is something these niggas hate. I say I'm God and they can never relate. I mean it's not that I'm better, I just know what I ain't. And the perception of yourself, my nigga, never equates. That's cause perception itself has been altered and changed. Just for example, you don't see that you're slaves. You believe you are free cause you don't see any change. But ever since birth they've been caging our brain. But I got them keys, no more bars for the game.
They don't wanna give me shows, they don't wanna see me. That's alright. I'm working on this magic, I'm a motherfucking genie. Floating on this rug, roasting this bud, everything kung fu, I'm a magi. Come through when I'm that high. Always got a couple fungi, what I'm talking about. I got a whole tub full of mushrooms, I think I'm a shaman. You ain't 18 grams, yeah, why you scared what you doing? Why you playing with yourself, stop playing with yourself. Dive in, go hard, what your heart beating for? Think you gon' drift too far? Need to surrender, I'm a high as shit, fly under clouds. Mind equipped, I go round for round. Ball for ball, need all them. Ball of y'all like spawning. Like who the hell done let the God in? I got cappy vines in my garden. Gold all on my pathway. Spit it like it's venom, let the mind spray. Libations, I'ma pour 'em out. For my goon boom 1 time. Libations, I'ma pour 'em out. For my goon boom 2 times. Libations, I'ma pour 'em out. For my goon boom 3 times. Don't trip, the ancestors got you. Don't trip, stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip,
the dark road. Don't trip. They taught me in the mushroom. Don't trip. The ancestors got you. Don't trip. Stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip. I met them in the dark road. Don't trip. They taught me in the mushroom.
I'm a motherfucking guru. Cook it top shaman noodle. Put a curse on you, I do voodoo. Naga don't come from my family. Rip out my whole trap gon' ride. Portal open, I'm gon' slide. BMT, I'm gon' ride. Probably think I'm out my mind. Really, I don't give a fuck. If you want what I'm on, you should levitate. You be lying, man, you hella fake. I ain't judging, but you lying, need to meditate. Really, I don't give a fuck. If you want what I'm on, you should levitate. You be lying, man, you hella fake. I ain't judging, but you lying, need to meditate. People think cause I'm conscious, I ain't got no fucking problems. Naga ain't nothing changed. Blame it all on retrograde. Psychedelic hip hop, really I make that. Try not to speak from my ego, but I'm flyer than the eagle. High as hell like seagull shit. Try not to cuss, but I'm the shit. Hell yeah, I love myself. The big homie told me he love myself. I got a rose quartz, I got some citrine. I think I need a grounding star.
Don't trip, the ancestors got you. Don't trip, stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip, I met them in the dark road. Don't trip, they taught me in the mushroom. Don't trip, the ancestors got you. Don't trip, stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip, I met them in the dark road. Don't trip, they taught me in the mushroom.
Yeah. Gotta scream it like alert, alert, spoil alert. Another track with another verse coming from the nether world. Got this body on a tether cord, portal on my back like a ninja sword. We at war, but the fall don't show what the conscious knows, so that I can't see where the mind won't go. Love is the absence of fear, befriended the demons, so angels stay here. Angles appear, shapes create prisms, and prisons of mirrors clash with the gods with this pen as a spear. Been through the hell without showing the fear. We implode what you holding so dear, exposing this flow to your ears. Fractals on fractals, a focus so clear. Dying so low that my living is weird. But you feeling is weird, but you feeling is here. Cause the truth is the truth now, no matter what you call fact. And the fact of the matter is, I'm certain I'm out on these tracks. Controlling the frequency as I vibrate so geniusly. It's just the free in me. Or maybe these shrooms gave birth to my truth through this womb. That's why I be getting high in my London fall. Popping shrooms, rolling line in my London fall. That's why I be getting high in my London fall. My London fall. Fucking London fall.
But it appears that the ancients were interested in the study of how to discriminate and discern which were the good angles coming in and which were the bad angles. In astrology, there are angels or angels, and the language of angels is astrology.
Yo, everything came from black, so we can put a halt to the races. The issue is awakening the mass population for removal of the faces. See what you seeing is a matrix, so what you seeing is a womb with a full spectrum, bringing light from the ray hit. I can hear it like I'm hearing what my name is. I can feel it even running through my veins in. They made a maze for amazement. I took a prison and I turned it to a playpen. I am Christ in the flesh, fire in a fire-based body, pouring water on the earth when I air. It's all inside of me, what shall I ever compare? It's all surrounding me, what shall I ever draw near? They want me drowning, but fire and water put me in the air. All in that ether and gather as soon as I think and imagine it. They want me dead when I spit on this bitch, niggas rise up like Lazarus. That's fucking supreme. I'm programming dream while they talking that fabric. I walk audacious, revealing the faces on all of your savages. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Popping shrooms, rolling lie in my London fog. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Yeah, my London fog. Yeah, fucking London fog.
You know, if you do the discipline to get your aura into a geometry where the pine cones can kiss, which means you need to avoid electrosmog. Basically, the electrical definition of sacred space is the only place where your aura can unpack. And it's correct to call that the awakening, because it's literally the further and further propagation of your field according to the laws of phase conjugation.
I think we found a secret. Are we about to share it though? I know we about to mix it. We some chemists, get it in like a petri dish. I'm on like a nose in a winner, and I'm about to meditate on the race that we winning. On like a nose in a winner, and I'm about to meditate on the race that we winning. They try to make it illegal to spit all this speeded up people, so I yell it out loud to try and wake all you sheeples up. That dark gray matter encrusted in all this melanin. I'm trying to bring it to the light. I'm trying to let that spirit in, so please play my beat again. Every time I play something hill again. Please play my beat again. Every time I play something hill again. Please play my beat again. Every time I play something hill again. I start to hill again. I wrote this whole song on acid, and I bet you it's about to be a classic. Man, I shine my life so fantastic. Man, I'm all skin just like magic. Man, I'm all skin glitter like gold. I recommend you shine more light to illuminate them paths you choose to. Travel down, travel down. Travel down, just travel down. Travel down, just travel down. Recommend you shine more lights to illuminate them paths you choose to. Travel down, just travel down. 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 Please play my beat again. Every time I play something hill again. Please play my beat again. Every time I play something hill again. Please play my beat again. Every time I play something hill again. I start to hill again.
Close your eyes. Take my hand. Let's go on a ride. You'll be surprised. Open your mind. I need you to heal. I want you to heal. Let me help you heal. I'm here to help you heal. Love will make you heal. Heal, heal. Reconnect with who you are. Matter made from perfect stars.
That's you.
Reconnect with who you are. Matter made from perfect stars. Close your eyes. Take my hand. Let's go on a ride. You'll be surprised. Open your mind.
Is you ready? Let's go to the place where lovers go. You ain't gotta be involved, just in love with yourself, in love with the flow. Love life, You seeing geometric patterns to the scanner? About to let you in, better breathe, don't panic. Call me Mr. Deems, I specialize in healing. I'ma give you what you need. Probably cry, you probably laugh. Be like, what the fuck when I show you that advanced smile? Cause
I need you to heal. I want you to heal. Let me help you heal. I'm here to help you heal. Love will make you heal. Heal, heal. Reconnect with who you are. Matter made from perfect stars. That's you. Reconnect with who you are. Matter made from perfect stars. I'm here to help you heal. Love will make you heal. Heal, heal. Close your eyes. Take my hand. Let's go on a ride. You'll be surprised. Open your mind.
Split, no Then you be back at your crib chilling with a flat spliff, thinking we were some crazy ass angel. Hell, these fat, round, thick ass vessels run up in the sky so deep, get feet crying. Yeah, you thought it was rain. So bring a towel, cause at Delta, it's laid out like that. Call one of these fly ass Delta coochies and make all them punk ass co-workers of yours catch the vapors as you be off and about. You going? We fly you there. You been? We done already flew up in there. We got you covered like a Jimmy hat. At Delta, we loves us some flying, and it be showing like a motherfucker.
Peace and love, everybody out there. This is Paranormal Hood.
Alright, what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome back to Paranormal Hood Live. We're live and direct in the Garden of Knowledge Studios. I'm your host, Jiggy.
I'm smoking.
Metaphor here.
What's good? We're back. Took a little break, played some cool music. Smoking's over here rolling. Get ready to smoke now. Get ready to smoke tomorrow. On the trip. Doing the trip. Like I said, it's open topic night tonight. So tonight we're talking about all things paranormal. At some point, you're more than welcome to join the conversation. You jump in the call queue, 563-999-3033. Press 1, and when we take calls, you can join, talk with us about anything you want to talk that's paranormal. It's a good night to, you know, again, people hit us. It's weird all the time when there's guests on the show and they want to talk then. It's just not the appropriate time. This is the time we can kind of elaborate, answer questions, maybe, I don't know, kick it back and forth, whatever. So it's the perfect time to do it. That's all I'm saying. Take advantage of it. But yes, folks, as I said, you know, before, if you didn't join, and shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to say shout out to Leo. He's a new listener, so he's over there rolling the fatty. As you'll see, we be over here smoking too. We keep it smoky in the air. So shout out to you, my brother. Welcome to Paranormal Hood. Hope you enjoyed the experience. And if you do, subscribe. Tell some friends. You know what I'm saying? You come check out a different brand of paranormal talk, because we're definitely a little different. So we take psychedelics. Right there,
I don't know where you want to put them right now.
Stay right there. It's right there. Thank you. You know, we have a lot of fun, and when we talk, we use profanity. You know, just really keep it real. It's just kind of how we flow with things and stuff. So you're more than welcome to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not offensive to other people. You know, we're all adults here. We try to keep it 21, well, 18 plus. Isn't that when you're adult? Is it 18 plus still? Aren't they trying to make everything 21 plus? There's motherfuckers, cigarettes, everything at this point, like whatever. But yeah, so
I don't know. If you understand what you're saying, then go ahead and do it.
Basically,
if you don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, don't say them. You know, that's what I tell my kids. I'm like, that's for adults. They're not for words. I'm not going to explain that to you right now. But when you're older and you understand what those words are and where they're supposed to be used appropriately, then you can use those words.
Yeah. The shout out to, hold on, I want to make sure I shout out Jace, to our youngest listener, because we have a nice young man who listens. And like we tell, you know, it's funny. He said he hears some worse stuff than we say here on the show, but we try to always keep it, you know, so that he can enjoy the show, and especially during the news and stuff like that. Then at that point too, he should be going to bed. But here, listen. Let's see if I have this on here. Hold on, give me a second. He made this just for us.
Hi, this is Jace, and you're listening to my favorite radio show, ParanormalHooD Live.
He's 7. He doesn't listen to the whole show. He just listens to like the news and stuff in the beginning and everything. So, and he told me, like I said, you know, don't listen to everything we say. You can't repeat. He said, but he hears worse stuff at school, which is kind of ironic. But yeah, I imagine, because I remember stuff that kids said when I was in school.
I'm just dropping F-bombs. The stuff that kids are probably saying to each other in school is like, you know what I mean?
100% worse. Yes, I hear how they talk when they don't think you. I tell kids all the time, it's funny, I've been sitting around kids and I'm like, you know, some of the stuff you say, you never know. Some of it, I might be your teacher one day, I might be your coach, I might be your boss. Like, you should just kind of think about what you say in public, you know? I mean, I guess when you're around your friends, when I was a kid, I know we sit around our friends, but we always tried to be extremely respectful in public because it's just kind of how you would talk. But, you know, I'm just saying. But yeah, so it's been a very adventurous summer. Like I said, we've kind of been all over the map, and as you see, anybody who's watched any of the YouTube, any of the Instagram, follows us on this stuff, we've been popping out of some places, doing some investigations. A lot of it you won't see in depth until it's all released. Obviously, the episodes of the upcoming show, which we'll talk about later, where you can find all the information, how to, you know, be prepared and go and be able to see everything in its entirety in depth. Excuse me, I hit the blunt. You know how this works. But we've been fortunate to, over the past weekend, we got to explore a abandoned courthouse and jail that's never been explored in a paranormal sense. I don't even think too many, maybe urban explorers actually could have been the people. It looks more like to me that it was people who worked there and were really fucking bored. And maybe a couple of like looters or people in there looking for copper or something and been in this building. But
yeah, there's definitely been some looters in there, so, you know what I mean? But nobody really, no urban explorers going in there to document this place. Right. Anybody that's been in there besides the security guard that's on site has gone in there just to vandalize and steal copper and stuff like that. They weren't in there like we were to you know, document the abandoned place and stuff, the history of it, and also the upcoming investigation and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a fucking awesome place though.
22 stories or floors, I guess you could say. 22 stories equals a floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
How it works.
Yes.
The top from the 17th floor, I believe, to the 21st floor where the jails were.
Yeah.
The cells and everything. I mean, just an incredible place. There's lights in some areas, like not lights in some areas. It's just a lot of, you can just tell it hasn't really been touched much. Like, not many people have been in there, and people, it wasn't spooky, at least for me. I don't really care. Like, I'll walk around that place in the fucking dark and stuff like that, especially with some cool night vision, and check it out. But it was just an awesome place to investigate. We look forward to, like I said, if you haven't gone on the YouTube or saw any of this stuff, there's stuff on YouTube, there's stuff on Instagram, there's stuff in different places, even on Periscope that we did some live feeds from there. There's still some videos and pictures I have that I can kind of put up, and I will, but there's a lot of stuff that you'll see later that at some point you'll get to really in-depth see these places. And that's the type of stuff we've been doing this summer. You know, we did the Freetown Forest investigation. You got to, again, we try to bring you as much of it as we can without spoiling everything, and kind of let you have a little bit of the experience with us going into these places when we can go live too, because it's not always easy to get signals and stuff. Some of the places we've gone. So we try to bring as much as we can, just kind of give you teasers and understandings and looks at these places and see what we're doing. And obviously we're always looking for more stuff, but it was just again really cool investigation. It was fun. Had a good time. Meta.
Yeah.
Did you feel any experience? Did you feel anything there?
I've seen stuff in there.
You've seen stuff in there?
Yeah, just like shadows walking past, coming out of doors that don't have the sound like they're opening. Just like right there, like 6 feet away from me.
I can imagine. I mean, in jails especially, like that. You know, I mean, a lot of crazy things goes on in places like that.
We had something weird happen to us. The lights turned on.
Yeah, the
lights turn on, and there's nothing in timers in that. There's nothing in. There's no timers on in anything in that building to turn the lights on.
No floodlight, no automatic anything.
That was like all the lights in that.
Oh, you're talking about that room when we were walking towards that room? Yeah, because I looked for emotions. There was no motion. There's nothing in the emotion sense. That light definitely went on, and that's when we.
Me and Will were that's when me and Will were talking on the phone and stuff. And it's all of a sudden because it's on the video that's on Instagram. If you go and do it, and you guys see me and Wiz are talking on the phone in the visitor area and stuff, and all of a sudden at the end of the video, like the lights turn on, and you're like, "Who turned the lights on?" And we're like, "Oh, maybe Meta and because Meta and Christina were down at the other end or whatever." I'm like, "Maybe it's them." And like, "No, we didn't turn the lights on. We're gonna ask you." So nobody turned the lights on, and this building doesn't have automatic lights to turn on like certain lights and stuff.
But it did the same thing in that basement. The exact same thing in that room because we walked towards the room and that light went on, and then I went in the room. I'm looking for sensors. There's no kind of sensor or anything down there. In fact, the light is a plug-in light that's down there. So the fact that thing went on, I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't even make sense. So who knows,
Smoke Queen had her couple of days. It was a flashlight flickering on her. She had just a flashlight, but then she was using her phone flashlight, and that would flicker on her sometimes. So there was, some things and stuff. We weren't really there investigating. We were just there to make sure we can get in the place. Now we know our lay of the land, where we want to go, what we want to, how we want to set things up and stuff. The areas where it could be more active and stuff, and more likely to get some.
There's still objects and stuff that people that belong to people. There was drawings. Like people's hand drawings and stuff. I don't know about the graffiti, and some of that stuff could have been new, but wasn't even a lot of graffiti in this place. This was more drawings in the cells and stuff. So there'll be more isolated investigations. We were just, again, like you said, getting the lay of the land, mapping it out, and knowing where we want to go. And there's some areas like the main courthouse. So I don't know what you would get in a fucking courtroom. I guess somebody could have got killed in a courtroom, but you'd have to do.
I know we've been digging into more of the history of the building and stuff too, because you never know. Somebody could have been handed a verdict in the courtroom and then fucking died or something like that. Heart attack.
The place trying to get the judge and shit.
Yeah, maybe somebody's mad at the judge because they got sentenced and stuff, so they haunt that courtroom because it was that judge's courtroom when they were sentenced, whatever, and then they got killed in jail, and they think it's the judge's fault because they shouldn't have gone to jail. I don't know. You never know. So I've been trying to look into more of the history and stuff about the violence and stuff, but it's harder to get that information about the place. I mean, it was a jail. It opened in 1971 as a courthouse, and then again the top 4 floors, 17 to 21, because 22 and 21 and 22 aren't really full floors. They're just like these big rooms on top where some of it's got like the elevator equipment, and then it had another kind of like room at the top. I don't that we didn't really go into or whatever. So it's not like the full thing. So it basically the last floor where there was prisoners and actual activity was 21. So 17 to 21 of this building was a jail for pretrial. People that hadn't been convicted of anything or anything like that at that point yet. Awaiting their trials and stuff. If you got arrested over the weekend and you didn't make bail and you had to be seeing a judge on Monday morning, you were staying at the top in that jail over the weekend. And that's where they would keep you and stuff. But once you were sentenced and stuff, they move you to actually a jail or to a prison, depending on. In Massachusetts, if it's anything up to 2.5 years, you go to jail. Anything over 2.5 years, you go to prison. It's prison. So
now we know.
Jail around it, it's no big deal. Those places, it's like going away for a couple of months on a vacation. Like, get a lot of sleep and shit, work out. Prisons in Massachusetts, though, prisons, and anybody knows about prison histories, we got some of the most notorious fucking prisons in the world. Fuck, Concord prison and fucking Walpole prisons were the most dangerous prisons in the fucking world for fucking decades, and they're still up there as fucking some of the most dangerous fucking prisons and shit like that. But they held the thing for the most dangerous fucking prisons for a long fucking time.
shit, that Charles Street when they tore down was the Liberty Hotel now, I think, or something. I know some people who like spend time. They actually just like they didn't. You know, they're not the type of people who want to go on camera and talk, but they'll talk to you. They kind of pull you aside when they know what you do. And dudes were telling me stories. Oh yeah, man, we would just see people get shanked and thrown over the tears and shit and everything. And he said, but you would knew that there were like spirits and ghosts, because everybody be in their cells, and you would just hear crazy shit, and you'd hear them sometimes people moaning at night that weren't there, or crying, or shit that of people who probably just had a really really hard time for some reason. So they say you would hear crazy shit. And he's not the type of motherfuckers that are gonna make up stories. Like, these are hardcore dudes, you know what I'm saying? They spent time in jail, like they was in prison and shit, you know. And they was like, yo, you would just see and hear shit that would just kind of blow your mind. A lot of motherfuckers that they wouldn't even talk about it because people think they're crazy. I mean, I can imagine the shit that even went on in that place. I mean, they had its maximum security area and stuff too, so it was weird. Even that small, it's on. I don't know if it's on the video, but it's like that small area. It was like a smaller area, like mess hall, whatever you call it. It was like a really small one, and that water pooled in that one area. And even though you knew it was stagnant water, it still looked like blood. Like it shit. Like you walk in and you like put the light in, like that shit looks like blood.
Places look like there was blood.
Maybe it's not a coincidence.
I was like, it's fast.
Yeah, if there's gonna be any, if we're gonna get any activity, I would say it would be over in the medical area, in the medical unit. The fucking mess hall area, the big of a mess hall and stuff, in the cafeteria, and then like probably a solitary area.
And probably basketball court. How many motherfuckers get shanked throwing basketball?
I mean, it could be in any one of the cells and anything that, but
the weight room.
I don't think they
had one.
There might have been a room that they would have had used for weights or something, or they would have had it in one of those outdoor areas that they could go and whatever. Probably.
And that way, everybody get shanked in movies. Don't they always get shanked when they're working out and shit?
Or they get mess hall and stuff. But see the way that place is set up, and you saw the basketball courthouse, where they probably only let a limited number of people up. The most stuff happens the most when they're all in one area.
Yeah.
Like the fucking, you know, the mess hall and shit like that. So that's when they let a whole fucking block at one time goes to the mess hall and shit. So any fucking beef that's got to be settled on that block is settled during lunch, because they're locked in their cells the rest of the time and shit like that. So that, and then the medical unit, because I mean, if anybody gets fucked up in the mess hall and shit and they're still alive, and then they go to the medical unit and die and shit. But then a lot of times shit would happen in the medical because they would keep certain people there away from the, you know, somebody who might have been a child molester and shit like that, or somebody did something, you know, that they won't want any of that general population, so they put them in the med units there or whatever. So I'll tell you, for this, you know, room in there and stuff. So people that they find this out, they'll literally go get themselves put into either solitary area, or they'll get themselves put into the medical unit. They'll say something, they go to the medical unit, and they'll go and fuck that person up in the medical unit. So it's. Yeah, so those are the areas I'm saying you would probably get some activity. You know, it's more likely to get some activity there, because when people are in their cells and stuff, most people aren't committing suicide in jail. It's people that know they're going to be getting a longer thing. But some of those people that were there pre-trial and stuff like that, they could have known that, oh fuck, I'm going to get sentenced to fucking life today or something that. I'm out. Yeah, so you never know. So we can set up in the jails and doing that, because the next time when we go in there, we're just gonna sit like in a jail cell with cameras on us and shit for a while. Sit there for like a half hour, an hour. Nobody else, everybody else. Nobody can go near that area, so we know no noise is coming from anybody and shit.
Trigger objects.
Fucking yeah. We can go in there with some cigarettes and pornos and stuff.
Cigarettes, smoking with the cigarettes.
All right, I'll be back in 1 minute, folks.
All right, I'm gonna do a little jiggy thing, and because someone's in the call queue and they actually press one and been waiting. Since it's open topic night, let's see what they have to say. Let's go this way. Hello, caller, you're live. Did you mean to press one? Hello? You didn't mean to press one? Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you did mean to press one and you walked away and you come back, we'll try this again later. Okay? See, I don't ever know. Sometimes the thing just automatically presses one. It's like a ghost that does whatever it wants to do. we have a ghost in the machine that acts up, changes shit. Reed just does whatever it wants to do. I guess it is a paranormal show. It makes sense. But yeah, one of the cool things about that place, you getting back to the prison, was the way, like when you see things, they kind of just stand still in time. Like you went in certain rooms and you saw like where, because again, they left that prison real quick. Smoking knows the story a little bit better because he did a little bit of the background, the history, but they pretty much went one day and just told the prisoners, like, wake up, it's time to go. Like, it was no organization. They just hurried them out the building because that building was coming apart and old and leaking. The prisoners had knocked on all the fire sprinklers and flooded the place and stuff. So you can see where they just kind of scattered shit. Like, there was literally like shoestrings and belts and shit. You know, they take those away from prisoners so they don't hang themselves or kill themselves in areas. There were just shoes in certain areas, books, like just random shit that, you know, just got left behind. Like I said, it was literally like hand drawings, like the one I touched and it came down because they held up my fucking toothpaste and shit. But it's on video too. I don't know, I think I posted that, and it's like the guy wrote it and made it of a woman and stuff, and you just see like these people at the time in their life, like this just got cut off, like it just stops, and you can see kind of what some of these people were doing and stuff. So it's always interesting when you go into these old places and stuff, and as we explore some of this stuff, even being in places like Rolling Hills and stuff, because I've visited asylums and different things, you see just how it's quickly something you just stop and just be left exactly how it is, like almost like people just like, let's go, you gotta go today, you know, just take whatever little things you can. But like places like Rolling Hills, they still have toys there, different things from where kids were, different things in these people's rooms and the wards that literally are just left behind. And then the same thing in this jail, like, you know, those people, I mean, in jail, they don't have many belongings, but I guess, you know, you probably want to take whatever was with you, but they're like, nah, you motherfuckers are just going, so let's go. And that shit just gets left behind, and it just becomes a wrinkle in time that we get to investigate. It was fun. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Can't wait to go back. Meta was awesome with it. Good job. Gold star. You didn't get to go, Junior. Welcome. Hi. You didn't see the. You're not really a big social media guy. I know you're on like a little bit of like fucking Facebook, but you probably didn't see any of the video and stuff. You probably have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
I'm coming along, though.
That means no, you didn't see any video. That's fine. That's cool. I mean, like I said, you're not. I mean, you work. You're a hard working man. You know, social media is not really your thing. It's fine. That's where we posted most of the video. We posted some of the stuff of what we did over the weekend. Okay. Like I said, this weekend too, guys are gonna get to see bits and pieces. Okay, are you pressing one on purpose? I'm gonna come back to you one more again. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more again. Cause then you press one but unpress one. Okay, caller, did you mean to press one? You're live on Paranormal Hood. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Did you want to talk?
How are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
So I went to a friend's apartment, and there's some paranormal activity happening up in there.
Like?
So basically, everyone who's lived in that apartment, they've been having dreams of some old woman who might have gotten murdered in the apartment. But it's like you have to be in the apartment to have the dream. I know it sounds ridiculous, but yeah, you gotta just sleep in the apartment. And basically, my friend's boyfriend was asking me, so you know the woman has short hair and she's skinny, right? And I was like, yeah. And then she's naked and she's bloody everywhere, because that's how I view her.
Have you guys done any research and maybe a background on the house?
No. She said like she did research and said like it was built in 1966, and then I asked, well, is there anything else that you looked at? And she's like, no. So
I mean, they literally have like websites that you can get on. Though I don't know if you know this, and like type in the information for the address, and they'll tell you if anybody's ever murdered in the house.
Yeah, but I like to give a shout out to Meta.
Hey, what's up?
She reminds me of my mom, because, you know, she is my mom.
Oh, Jay!
I figured out as soon as you say shout out to Meta.
Yes, hello.
Gosh. What are you doing?
He's telling you a story about a ghost in his
story. Like, that apartment just looks like a murder scene.
What town is that in?
What?
What town is it in? Where is it?
What?
What town is it in?
Oh, Cockeysville.
Oh, okay.
See, wait, hold on.
Why
Now,
is that?
here's the thing, though, right? Now, you got a mama who's a paranormal investigator. You've been here and slept in the studio on the killer couch and got to meet the crew and hear us talk about all this paranormal shit. And you nonchalantly call up to say that shit like, okay, you know we're going to want to dig deeper and find out more information about this place. Now, you do realize you just kind of opened up like a little can of worms, right?
Yeah, okay. It's, alright, I can tell you the exact... Hang on, let me do a little research because I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
You know what? Again, like mama, like child. He sleeps like you. Do you have an owl? Do you have like a pet owl too? We gotta get you a pet owl.
I was trying to ask my mom for the past 20 years if she could get me one, but she never did.
No, we're not. I'm talking like a pet owl, like what she has though. You're gonna get one like that. You ain't. We're not getting you a real like live.
No. I want to be like Harry Potter. I want my own owl.
Well, you're on your own with that. You want to get a hey, he wants to be Harry Potter. He wants to be a wizard.
Get your own owl.
Gotta go to Washington.
Why do you have to go to Washington to be a wizard?
Oh, so I'll take that as her still not helping me get that owl.
Oh, we'll get you a stuffed owl. You get a little stuffed one like Babushka over here, and then you can give it an ambiguous name and think it's an English name, but it will turn out to be like a Russian name or some shit too. No?
Well, alright. Is it the apartments? It's either Deer Tree Apartments or Saddlebrook Apartments. I forget which one it is because she lived in a previous apartment that's literally right next to the new apartment she lives in. And I forget which one is which. So it's either one of those. So, but I can message her with the final information once I find it.
Yeah, you need to do that, and then we'll have the final information, and then we can look more into it and possibly look up the address and everything. We don't have to tell everybody the address, like we wouldn't want you to say it over the air or anything. But then we may do a little background, find out like who may have died there, or if some woman who was naked got killed in like the bathroom or the bathtub or on the bed or some shit, and how she died, like, you know, and find out. I mean, they're all having the same dream. It might be. Y'all didn't take. I have to ask this disclaimer. Was there any? Hold on. Was there any drugs involved? Did you guys watch like a Conjuring movie or some shit or anything scary before y'all went to bed at the same time talking some shit about the movie? These are questions you have to ask as an investigator.
There were times where we smoked and then just and it's not all the time. It's just like depending on just the times we are like inside of the apartment, like stuff will start falling. Like, just the trash can fell once, and then this thing on her wall, this mirror, it fell. It didn't break because she has carpet, but, no, like, stuff just started falling, like, instantly. Or if you kind of talk about it, you just, it's more, and there's also just vibes, too. Like, once you walk in, you can just feel something, like, happened here.
Jace, you been having experiences? Can you hear me?
He should be able to hear you. Can you hear her talking to you?
It was nice meeting you guys while I was up there.
Did I turn my
I'm gonna have to visit again sometime.
No, I don't know why he can't hear you. Can you hear your mom talk? Wait, go back to the mic because he's trying to leave.
Oh no! Like the volume of y'all talking just switches up. Like I can't hear none of y'all.
Can you hear me?
But I can hear you right now.
Okay. Do you hear me well? Hello?
Yeah, you're a bit low.
I'm a
Maybe
bit low.
It's my phone.
Maybe it's your phone. It's probably your phone. You are, again, you're your mama's child. You're a sleeper, a creeper, a peeper, and now you got phone issues. It's okay, though. You good.
What? Or did you want to buy me a new phone?
No, that's what you got a mama for. No, your mama is more than welcome to buy you a new phone, okay?
He a hustler.
But listen, I will tell you this, though. I would like for you to try to get some more information and pass it along to your mama, and then we can maybe try to do a background and find out some stuff about where your friend lives and stays, or where y'all used to be and used to have dreams, and then you can validate, your experience.
Oh, no, definitely. I will get that to her and to you guys as soon as possible, because I would like to know what I'm where I'm smoking a blunt at each time I'm there. So, I'm
smoking a blunt in the bloody hell house.
But thank you guys.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks for calling in.
What's that?
I said thank you for your time. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on. Miss you guys.
Anytime. You know where we're at. You can come sleep on the couch again while we do a show.
No, I want to be awake this time.
Yeah, we'll see. That's what they all say. It's the killer couch. You ain't the first one, you won't be the last.
True. Well, definitely going to try to be up soon. Love you, Meta.
Love you.
Peace and love to you. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for sharing.
Spread the love.
That's right.
To all.
Spread that shit all over everywhere. On everything. Spread some love on it. Put a little love on it. Put a little love in your heart.
Sprinkle that shit everywhere you go.
That and hemp. Okay, you done with us? You can keep talking if you needed to. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
I'm trying to smoke.
All right, well, we're smoking right now. You act like, what is it? It's hard to smoke?
Well, no, I'm going to keep listening now.
Okay, you can keep listening. Okay, you don't got to talk no more. It's cool. If you have something to say again, let's see. You talk to us again later. We'll be here.
All right.
Peace and love.
All right, definitely. Well, if I got something else to say, you know, I'll just pass it along to Meta.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you should. I like how you just got calling you Meta and shit. See, when my mind's on the show, I just say Ma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna catch it later.
Oh, you gonna catch it later? You gonna beat him later? Ha. We all know you're gonna get beat.
Hi, my friend wants to call me.
Not again.
Doesn't want to call me dad or whatever. You can call me and call me my name. That's my name.
He sounded real scared too, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't know how it'd be if I called her by her actual name.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, don't do that. Your mama old school. She my age.
Yeah,
like she old, so she gonna whip your ass like an old school person. Like you might want to chill with that. Like even my mama got a nickname. We get to call her Dee Dee, but I ain't calling her by her first name. That's just disrespectful. She might still be.
Oh no, that's bad times.
I want to get my ass whipped by a 70-year-old woman. That wouldn't just be cool. You know what I'm saying? For real. Just saying. All right, you done with us now? Or you got anything else you want to say?
No, just wanted to spread some love after all that catastrophe I had to explain to you.
Well, we appreciate you.
We'll get more information to you guys as soon as possible, and I'm going to be listening in.
Thank you.
So, you guys take care now.
You take care now, too. We'll put you back in the car. You keep listening now, all right? And tell your friends and be your friend and let them know about Paranormal Hood Live. We're here every Thursday night for your version of paranormal talk, the way you like it. All right, you're going back in the call queue. All right, folks, everybody again, you're welcome to call in tonight and share. That's cool to hear, see? But that's funny, like, you like didn't even know it was your own son's voice. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
I did not recognize his voice.
You don't recognize a lot of things.
At all.
Okay, okay, yeah. But do you recognize your own voice? You don't know how to answer that question, do you?
I don't, because I sound different on recorder than I do hearing it coming out of my head.
I know, well, that's true, too.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Nobody sounds what they think they sound like.
Well, yeah.
Nobody.
I put myself to sleep once listening to my own voice.
I could never do that. My voice will never put me to sleep. I love the sound of my voice now.
Oh boy.
La. Just talk to yourself. You don't talk to yourself for the hell of it? Everybody talks to themselves. Everybody talks to themselves.
Not for the hell of it.
Well, yeah, for the hell of it, because who else are you talking to? Ain't no one else trying to talk to you. You're going to talk to yourself for the hell of it. No. There's a rhyme or reason for you talking to yourself?
No, I think it's the same reason for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes just for the hell of it. It's like, yo, you're here.
I guess the people
I might as well talk to you. Fuck it. I'm going to talk to you for the hell of it. Have a conversation with yourself.
What else are you talking about?
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Can we not do this?
Oh, we're going to do this. This is what happens. Because Junior comes here and contributes nothing to the show. Absolutely nothing. He just sits here, and then when you ask him a question, he doesn't even listen to the fucking show the whole time he's here. It's hilarious.
I'm listening. Did you see me put my phone out around? No,
I need a vacation.
He's learned nothing in the past couple of years. We're about to have a vacation. A paranormal vacation. I'm just saying. Alright, so back to our adventures. Back to the jail. You guys are going to get to see it all. Seriously, it's fucking awesome. We can't wait to get in there and really investigate some traditions. Your phone, you're getting texts.
My kid was like, you pulled a grandma mom's, because I didn't recognize his voice.
Oh, wow.
Every time he calls, she's like, oh, who's this?
Oh, shit. That ain't nothing. I saw my grandmother, I hadn't seen her in years, but I went to, my family was here for a funeral, and they were all out eating, and I went with I think it was with my father and my aunt, and I'm standing there, and she just moves, and she's like, oh, go ahead, bye, young man. I'm like, really? Like, seriously? Like, you don't know me? Like, Joseph? And then she thought it was my Uncle Joseph, so she's like, oh, yeah, what? No, I'm the younger Joseph.
Well, she's, you know...
She's what?
She's older, and when people get older, they don't even...
It's okay. I wasn't hurt or anything.
Then she confused you for another family member and
my
stuff.
Uncle.
It's your uncle, so...
I mean, if I was my uncle, and at that age, I looked really good, too, then, I guess, so... It's not anything disrespectful, it's just weird. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's get back to talking about investigating. Okay? That's what we did. We went on an investigation and we got to investigate this place and it was fucking awesome.
We're gonna make investigating great again.
Yeah, we're gonna make, yeah, that's what it is, exactly. That's what we gotta do? MAGA? Make MEGA. There we go, MEGA. Make investigating great again.
We're going to take you on a paranormal adventure like no others. Down dark roads and places that you've never seen before.
Speaking of that, make a shit. I saw a shirt that says, "Make Orwell fiction again."
Oh shit! No, that's a good shirt.
That's a good shirt.
It's 1984 all over again, man.
Make that shit fiction again. That's fucking odd. When I saw that, I was like, wow. That's crazy.
Ain't that the truth? That's Nostradamus. That's the real Nostradamus right there. That motherfucker talked about all this shit's gonna be happening right now, and it's happening. But yes, again, I'm sorry. We're just all over the map. It's open topic night, so we can talk about this and then talk about that and talk whatever you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Someone actually called it and talked about actually living in a haunted place. We like that. Maybe we can go investigate it one day since a friend lives there. Does his friend still live there? You.
I'll check one of them because I have no idea. She moves around so much.
I didn't need to know her business. I just asked you if she still lived there. I want you know how that girl is, man. She be losing her apartment all the time and shit. And the next thing she on the other side and shit. That's why he didn't know which one it was, because he said it was Saddlebrook or Middlebrook or Greenbrook or some Brook or some shit. Because Brook is her name actually, so she moves to all the different Brook apartments and shit. Thank you, Meta. Okay. Huh?
You didn't say that. Don't do that.
She might as well have.
All those words coming out of my mouth.
You basically did just say that though, because she move around. Like, that says a lot. That actually makes you dig deeper into why does she move around a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It makes you think. This is paranormal hood. I got to start thinking some hood shit. That's some hood shit. Okay, sorry. That's life. But if you can, since you are texting him, just ask him if she still lives there, and then we'll get a background on the place.
Okay.
Because somebody local sent me a couple of, like a weird video, weird picture, and it's supposed to actually come eventually and talk to us about this place that's local. We've never, as a group collectively, I don't know, Meta's done some home investigating before. It's not really something we've aspired to do, but maybe because it's a friend and it's somebody I know, it might be worth doing. I might do it.
I'm gonna go all up in there. I'm gonna be like, unleash the demons!
Try to open up portals.
Power of Christ compels you.
Go in there with a Doctor Strange outfit on and shit. And just start working conjuring and shit with a spell.
She still lives there.
She still lives there?
The demons start coming out. I'm gonna flick my wrist and be like,
with a flick of the wrist.
Demons be gone.
We're gonna make some demon be gone spray.
Do a deliverance.
Oh yes. Hold on, where's my banjos? Oh, come on, I have a board with all these crazy sounds for a fucking reason. Everything I can possibly kind of think of is most likely on here for every reason. You can do flick of the wrist, you can do magic twist, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, just saying.
Okay.
But we can go. We can roll up in their crib and do an investigating and stuff. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go in there dressed like Doctor Strange. I've never wanted to dress like Doctor Strange before, but why not? See, a deliverance. Now you listen here, demons. We're not fucking around with you, motherfucker. It's time for you to go. When you hear the demon banjo. By the sound of the demon banjos, demons disappear. Gotta go. You're welcome here. I had that, did you? I had this.
Fucking they wanted the duel for until somebody won.
This house is clean. We do the dueling banjos, man. That's how you expel demons. You ain't know?
Yeah.
So that's what we start doing. We're gonna charge you $19.95 plus delivery. Get it? Delivery for deliverance. Get some demon be gone spray. We can start patenting that shit and sell it to people. Just spray it. As soon as you see a demon, you just demon be gone. What's in it? We can't tell you what's in it. And it's
Who
not
invented
holy
it?
water.
Batman. We also got shark be gone spray too.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All that stuff. If you want to get rid of something, we're going to have a spray for it. We're going to make it. Okay? Just Nick, you like the deliverance bit? Thank you. I'm saying we're trying to just figure out new ways to get rid of things. You know, we're not demonologists. We're not priests. We don't know how to do exorcisms. We don't do any of that shit. So when people, like, you'd be surprised the amount of people who have hit me up as strangers. And I'm not just talking about here in New England in this area. I'm talking about motherfuckers across the country, even people in some other countries. Like, yo, I don't know if you have the means or capability, but could y'all come and check out my house? And I'm like,
yo, get the proton packs. What's up?
We're on our way. We got our Wonder Woman jet.
Fire that shit up.
Yeah, we're just gonna come and just do what we do. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna drive Ecto 1 across the fucking country.
And I wonder if they've watched in this 5 years, if any of those people have actually watched Paranormal Hood and heard what we talked about. And was like, yeah, those are the dudes that I want to come up. And I get that, maybe because we're cool as fuck. Yeah. Maybe if you want some motherfuckers to come smoke some weed, and maybe we could get rid of the ghosts. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the ghosts would be really cool if they knew you just really heavy weed smokers.
Alright, the ghost one's okay. I understand that. We're Paranormal Hood, live radio, paranormal radio, fucking paranormal shit. The best one I got the other day, and I got the thing over here, some dude hit me up. He's all like, yo, I'm Wicked Hood. I just got out of jail. I'm writing a book and stuff. Let me on your radio show. And I'm like, did you listen to anything on the radio show? You seen the website? Anything at all? I was like, check that out and you come back and let me know if you want to be on the radio show, dude. I'm like, he's like, no, I'm just trying to get on to any radio shows right now because whoever's radio show I'm going to be on, yo, they're going to be famous too because when my book comes out, and I'm like, all right, good luck with that, man.
Listen, same thing. Psychics, mediums, and we want a psychic being to come on the show, but I just want one who at least I know has listened, because that would tell me that you kind of get that. You know, you're gonna. Well, you better be prepared. You know what I'm saying? If you really do see the future, whatever, wouldn't you know that we're kind of a tough crowd? I'm just saying. Like, yeah, that's people hit you up all the time with the randomest shit. But if you really want me to come investigate your crib and shit, and I ain't fucking paying to fly nowhere and do nothing. This motherfucker say Texas or some shit. I live in Texas. You gotta come check my shit out. Now, if you're a billionaire or wealthy enough that you got a private jet or some shit, we'll fly over there, smoke some weed with you and the ghosts and talk to the ghosts. And maybe by then we'll have patented our sprays and shit. Cause I don't think that cross shit works and everything. I don't know about all that. I think we gotta go new school. Make our own way.
Well, the cross ain't gonna fucking do anything because that brings death. The cross is a symbol of death, so I don't understand why would people like, oh no, vampires, don't kill me. they hold up a cross.
And garlic. Like, who thought of garlic? Like, garlic of all things. Like, vampires don't like garlic, so they don't like Italian people or some shit. They don't like anybody who has a high garlic diet. Like, are they really that picky? Like, does that mean that they'd avoid a place where people eat garlic frequently and stuff? Like, where people have a lot of garlic in their diet, they don't go to those places and hunt? Is that what it's about? Like holy water, I guess. Like, yeah, you throw some water on it that somebody said some shit over it, and that's going to repel them too.
A real vampire be like, religion? Your holy water does nothing here.
The sunlight I kind of get, you know, the other creatures of the night, blah, blah, blah. That makes more sense.
You know, you're dead, you got pale skin and shit, the sun's going to be like, fuck.
And what if it's GMO garlic? Like, what if it's not really real garlic anymore? Because there's a lot of fake garlic on the market. I don't know if you folks know that. What
if it's fucking GMO vampire save garlic or something like that? You know, vampires can eat it now.
Right. Maybe that's why they're making GMO garlic and shit, so that vampires can eat it. They're thinking about vampires. Vampires' lives matter. So you don't think about the subtext of little things that are around you that probably matter, like vampires. That's what they're thinking about. Some of this shit is for vampires. It makes sense now. See? Vampires' lives too. Anything's possible, folks. It's a paranormal world we live in. I'm just saying. Excuse me, I had to hit the blunt. So yeah, anybody wanna? We'll do it a house. I think we'll do the home investigation. Maybe these folks, if they do actually end up. So, cause they sent me a weird video. You've seen that video. It's kind of odd. I don't know if it was just. I don't know if I showed it to the rest of you guys. You guys haven't seen it either because we're not going to release it unless they ever tell me I can. But maybe after we investigate the place. So maybe you will actually see us do a home investigation. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how we're going to... Maybe a high-powered vacuum cleaner. We'll use a vacuum cleaner and we'll catch ghosts. What do you think? Good suction? You know,
that's what she said.
It's going to have to be a very heavy vacuum.
Very, like an old school one, you think?
Like Ghostbusters.
Like get like a real old like those big ass vacuum cleaners.
Because that's heavy to like in the 80s, what they were used to.
No, I'm talking about like the 60s. Like the original vacuum cleaners were huge. You put like the new motor in one of those motherfuckers, like a hyper motor and shit, like the suction and shit. Shoom! Caught a ghost. You might hear it moving around in there and shit.
I can build a vacuum cleaner that will suck fucking shit off the walls from the middle of the room.
But will it suck ghosts?
Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing. What the fuck is a ghost? Is it something that can be sucked up?
But we don't know. Has anybody tried to suck it up?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there has tried.
Meta, have you ever tried to suck up a ghost?
No.
Would you try to suck up a ghost?
Nah.
No, it's not. I mean, if it was a ghost was something of a material thing that you could suck up in a vacuum cleaner, like you'd be able to catch it. You know, it's not like it's smoke.
How do you know? Maybe we're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe Ghostbusters had it right.
And if it is because smoke, when you suck a smoke into a vacuum cleaner, it just goes out the bag and out the back of the vacuum cleaner.
We have to make a containment system, of course.
Huh?
If it makes it, you can mix it to the back.
If it makes it to the back, does it dissipate? You're saying?
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
You know, so you'd have to have something. And now, all right. So, what holds a ghost? What kind of containment system is going to hold this ghost when you suck it into a vacuum cleaner? Because the hose has got to be made out of the whole thing. Because the ghost can go through walls and shit like that.
Get a professional prostitute. Hold on to this ghost, please.
Oh my god.
Has anybody tried that? I'm just thinking outside the box. We're thinking about... What do you think? Come on, Junior. You don't think it's possible?
Not only is it possible, I think it's genius.
You think it's genius?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See? Thank you. Oh, yeah. There's one person in the room who agrees. We're thinking about creating a machine where we always talk about that the human body, the brain's a computer, blah, blah, blah. We are machines. So why not get a professional machine who's a professional sucker-upper? If you get a spill, you go for bounty, right? The quicker picker-upper?
Bounty.
I don't know about, there's a jingle I don't know about?
You just said that.
I just said the quicker picker-upper. I don't know if I remember there was a song to it.
All
Okay.
you miss is the bounty, man. You know the jingle.
I don't remember the jingle.
Okay.
I really don't. Sing it for us, please.
No, you
Enlighten
were
me.
going to say something. I
Okay,
think it was going to be good.
I'm just saying. You know, they tell you bounty's the quicker picker-upper. Why not get a professional woman of the night? I'll call her by a more appropriate name. You possibly could
What if
hold on
the
to a
ghost
woman.
prefers men?
Well, then we'll have to bring one of each.
Bring 2 professional suckers.
Yes.
Now, what if they get possessed by the ghost and they start killing motherfuckers?
That's what I'm there for. My training kicks in.
Yep.
I'm
There you
scared,
go.
son.
Just open up a whole.
She sees me.
nother fucking
Dude, I walk.
can
I
of
don't
worms.
care. She's like, "Where are you?" Walk off in the dark. I don't. The only thing. Let me tell you something. Exploring any of these places and the stuff that we do. The only thing that it's not even scary, but the thing that would be more jarring is to run into an actual human being. As I say over and over again. Even we were in Freetown Forest. Those cops rolled up on us and they were talking. Listen, we were walking back. These cops, they were cool, but they were not coming down that path anywhere where we were, and they told us that they're like, we don't go down there and shit like that. But human beings are scary. Nothing about ghosts and shit scare me. Nothing about hidden spaces and dark places scare me, except for like spiders or tight spaces my big ass can't fit in. But turning corners, you know, you never know. You might come across a squatter, you might come across a person, you might just come across whatever, someone who's there, something that's not supposed to be there, animal, anything. Other than that, that's the whole purpose. Like when we jumped out the car, like when your first instinct when we were in Freetown Forest, when you hear something feet away from you, not knowing what it is, knowing, you know, there could be a bear, could be a lion, not a lion, but you know, they have cougars, whatever the fuck, whatever animals and stuff that could be out there, coyotes, whatever. Most of these animals aren't immediately going to attack you anyways, unless they're really hungry or you disturb them, or maybe they have their cubs or their kids or something nearby. But it's kind of jarring at first. My first instinct, I don't really have a flight instinct, I have more of a fight instinct, and I just don't like to turn my back to things. When I'm in the restaurants, I don't like my back to the door, things like that. That's just how I've been trained. That's just how I roll in my daily life. So when we heard that, like, my first thing is to get a little bit of a distance, but I'm thinking about, you know, I'm going to defend myself and figure out what this is. I'm not going to turn my back to it, because then he has every fucking advantage. But that's just even him. Like he jumps back a little bit, but he's like, okay, let's see what this is. Right. Just, you try to ask.
It sounded like it was coming at us, but what it was doing was running by us in the woods in front of us and shit.
And again, if you for her, Meta and Wiz were in the truck, like with the doors shut, and they heard this noise, and I'm not talking about something like you could tell something's up in the trees and it's hitting little branches. This thing snapped something big so loud that's what made us jump back at first. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is that? And then you could hear that shit moving and stuff, and then it stopped, and then it must have figured that because they were trying to get into there that it's coming towards me. Let me get it further away. So again, anything from Bigfoot to pug wedgies, all kinds of crazy shit have been.
Pug wedgies is supposed to be small,
but I don't know. They might be small and just real fat and strong in their own ways, whatever. That's how they drag people off of some shit. So they might move like that and be able to snap something. We don't really, never seen a pug wedgie. I've never seen Bigfoot personally either, but I just say we don't know that that's what it is. I'm not immediately saying that what it was, but anything's possible. But it was just like, again, I don't have that flight sense. That's the whole thing about this stuff. Like, we see lights, we hear noises or whatever, we're going towards it. That's the whole purpose of investigating. Like, you're gonna run away.
I don't get scared and run away. I go defensive mode.
Yep.
What's up? Where is it coming? Is it coming at me? Nope. Okay, I'm coming at you.
Yep. Where are you going? Where you is? What you doing out here?
What the fuck is going on right now? I'm gonna find out.
We're here to find out.
That's the thing. That's why I never could watch most of them shows. A lot of them shows on TV, ghost hunters and Bigfoot things and stuff like that. They hear shit and they turn around and they run the other fucking way. How the fuck you gonna call yourself an investigator when you're running away from what you're supposed to be investigating? You ain't ever gonna be able to investigate it if you're running away with your tail between your legs.
Nope.
You're never gonna catch nothing.
Nope.
You might see a little blur as your camera turns around and you're fucking running back to your cars and shit and fucking getting the fuck out of there.
They'll have back cameras on.
What was that? Oh my god, get out of here!
Gotta go!
It's coming right for us!
Yeah. Hey, Travis Walton, that's what I do to always fascinate me. It was so dope meeting him. Because that was the motherfucker just got out the truck like, I'm running towards this shit. I'm gonna go see what this is. So that's the whole idea. Like, shit, why run away from it? If I see a UFO, whatever, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Who's to say you run away from it anyways and it doesn't do some Independence Day shit? What? You just spoke out loud. What cryptid did y'all keep saying that sounds like it starts with a P? Pug wedgies. I don't know where you're from, Nick, but we're in New England, well, Boston area. But and we're in the Freetown Forest, which is called the Bridgewater Triangle area. And in that, there's a legend of these creatures. They're called pug wedgies. Little short, ugly, goblin kind of looking motherfuckers, kind of like Schmeagol and shit. That
with a lot of fucking hair now. They got like fucking hair mohawk, hair on their back and shit.
Got like Mr.
But the
T
front's kind of like no hair in a lot of the pictures. Just Google a pug wedgie.
Yeah, he's like spelled.
I'd spell it. I don't remember because it's spelled weird. But just start typing it in, and Google will know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like crypto pug.
Don't even have to put in crypto. Just put in what you think it sounds like. Google will figure it out for you.
Google already knows what you're saying anyway. It already knows what you're thinking. It's gonna be right ahead of you anyway. It's already preparing.
Just use Google Voice and
just say pug wedgie out loud.
Yeah, say pug wedgie out loud and just stop getting advertisements. Come investigate pug wedgies with fucking so and so.
Alexa, what's a pug wedgie? Anybody has Alexa right now? It probably went off.
We do.
Huh?
We do, but it's
upstairs.
It's upstairs.
Yeah, if that motherfucker get all the way down here, y'all got issues. You might want to not have Alexa. If Alexa,
I unplug it a lot. I unplug it.
I don't blame you. Alexa's been doing some crazy shit. What?
He's in Southwest Virginia.
Southwest Virginia. Yeah, so I don't know if it's not something that I've ever heard of the legend about anywhere else but here. I don't think it exists any other place but here. But that's particularly the area where they talk about. I don't even think any other areas in is that just the one area that they talk about it, right? Yeah, I don't think it's just that one particular area. The Bridgewater Triangle is like the place where, now apparently I don't know how true this is because Wiz kept bringing up this point that supposedly that's the area where the first UFO sighting ever was. By all accounts, where I've always read, it was the Muddy River.
Muddy River,
which
on
is
the Charles River.
Yeah, so I don't know which one it is, but the Bridgewater Triangle, everything from Bigfoot, UFOs, those pug wedgies we're talking about, serial killers, occultist activity, portals, all kinds of crazy shit have been seen there. And we went out there and investigated the Freetown area of it. It's a huge, it's over 200, I think. Is it 200 or 400? Again, paraphrasing and just kind of thinking back because this is few weeks ago, but it's a lot of area to cover. And I've actually during the day went out and mapped out a different area of it, which is closer to the Huckamunk Swamp. I think it's Huckamunk Swamp, with a drone, and kind of did some areas. And one thing I noticed was the same thing that night was that, like, you know, again with the bugs and shit, like don't make noise, but there was like for that area there was nothing. And then at night when we were there was nothing. Then at some point we started to hear a little bit, and then they would stop when we would hear other shit. So it's a really, really crazy area, and we'll eventually at some point.
Huggamuck Swamp literally translates to where the spirits live.
That's where the spirits be, yo. But because too, right, when we went to investigate that area too, there had just been a lot of rain because it's literally a swamp. There's one path through this place, so it's something where you can go in by canoe and do all this crazy shit. But we were not prepared to do all that. So again, because it's such a huge area, we were able to investigate the Freetown area of it, and we'll at some point do some more stuff there and other areas of it. One of the most, when it comes to anything paranormal, where I feel like the most negative paranormal experiences, good night, Queenie, I ever had in my life, I'm sure I can speak for some members of my family when it says this, was the most paranormal experiences within a place, Brockton, the house I lived in Brockton and stuff, which is one of the beginning areas of the Bridgewater Triangle. And I've said this throughout the years on the podcast, when I've been interviewed, when I've talked to people, that I think that the South Shore, especially here in New England, is probably one of the most, like, there was just some crazy shit that went on there. Again, when you think about civilization, as far as where the Pilgrims and motherfucking Puritans, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they got here and started doing their shit. That's where Plymouth, where little ass Plymouth Rock, which is, you ever see Plymouth Rock, Junior? So anticlimactic. You ever see Plymouth Rock? I know.
I've seen it. It's very unimpressive.
It's so unimpressive. Like, it's like you'd think it'd be some big, huge, cool thing, and then they got a little cage around it, and you know, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, you want to see this fucking little ass rock? Yeah, Plymouth Rock didn't land on nobody. It was just too small. But that's where, you know, as far as a lot of stuff began here, what was going on with the natives, and the natives were very adamant about land that they wouldn't move on, they didn't live on. It was sacred land. There were portals, there was Bigfoots, there was all this stuff that they talk about. So a lot of that, the legends and the stuff that we talk about, cryptozoology, a lot of paranormal stuff, a lot of that stuff existed before those settlers even got here. So a lot of the stuff that we talk about now in the paranormal field is stuff that already existed, that these people were talking about way before, you know. And they told them, like, don't live on that land. We wouldn't live there, but of course, you know, them being settlers and who the fuck they was and how they did shit, they moved everywhere they could. And you see even Boston now, like, they're just consistently building everywhere they can. And that's kind of what they were doing back then, and they haven't stopped. So when you're building on a lot of this land, I think Brock is one of those areas where I just know that there's portal. I know personally where I believe there's a portal. I don't know how it works now. I remember how it kind of worked then, but I don't. The house that was actually there that we lived in, it burned down years later after we moved out of it. And out of all my life, out of all this shit, even with brain surgery, all this shit I've been through, it's one of those things where I don't remember much of that experience. I just remember being a very negative and very dark experience, and I've never, ever talked about it in depth with anybody. My father, he won't. I've tried to have little conversations. He'll begin, and he's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm good. I don't want to talk about it. I haven't really talked much to my sister, my mother about it, anybody else who was involved, but, you know, I've gotten little pieces over the years. I actually, when I went to the Huckamunk Swamp, I went by the area and tried to map it out, but I was so young back then. I literally was probably 7, 8, maybe 9 years old at that time, living out there, that I don't really remember exactly where the house was to get it burned down. So I'm trying to figure out more of the area, and then maybe now, because the house isn't there, it'd be a little bit of an easier area to explore. But I know that there was water behind it, like an old boat behind it, just crazy stuff behind our house, on our land too. That's what was insane about it, because it was all, I guess maybe that's why my parents got that fucking house so cheap, with all that land and stuff, because there's like a brook behind it, again, with like an old little boat or something. At some point there's probably a lot more water there that somebody probably used to go through there. Just crazy shit behind that house. So maybe that'd be a good place to investigate one day, because if the portal is there, I might find a portal. But again, it was a weird time, bad time, but I ain't scared of none of that shit now anyway, so I'll figure it out one day. Maybe I can get it out of my parents and actually be able to find out exactly what the address was and kind of map it that way. Because the address may not even be exist anymore, but at least find the house next to it, and then I can work from there. And maybe actually going back and seeing it will jog some of my memory too, and help me remember some of the stuff that went on. But again, I haven't really talked about it because it was crazy. Alright folks, we're going to take a quick break. We got to change the battery on the camera and stuff, play a couple songs. Don't go too far. Go roll something, smoke something, drink something, get a snack, whatever you need to do. If you want to talk, all you got to do is call 563-999-3033. Press 1. Maybe even tonight, since I've talked a little bit about this, my scariest paranormal experience. Do you have one? Anything paranormal in your life ever happened? We can talk about it tonight. It's Paranormal Hood. It's open talking. It's open topic. It's open topic. So come back. Don't go too far. Alright?
What's up, paranormal junkies? Willie Michael here, and when I'm not teaching people how to raise their consciousness, I'm tuned in to Paranormal Hood Radio. Namaste.
I wanna talk about the universe at 3 in the morning. My melanin queen. Can we talk about the universe at 3 in the morning? The melanin thing.
Is you on what I'm on? Probably not. If you really was, you could join me in the sky. A nigga like me diving deep in the cosmos, sell the black seas where I learn all that I know, and all that I know. Got you singing in soprano when I love your inner thigh. Sexual, spiritual, kinda high. Activate your kundalini, feel it in your spine. Open up your eyes, nah, that's your third eye. Let a nigga smash though, good as apple pie. Tell me, do you fry? If not, I can still indulge your consciousness. Psychedelic hip hop, I be on some shaman shit. I got all tatted on my forehead. I'ma stay my niggas when I get some more head. When my figures bigger, when my figures bigger, you know what I mean.
I wanna talk about the universe at 3 in the morning. My melanin queen. Can we talk about the universe at 3 in the morning? The melanin thing.
Watch this stuff. Niggas always been here, we ain't all from Africa. Niggas been commanding ships from water to galactic shit. Maybe we can settle on Mars again. Maybe we can ride top on stars again. I'm a motherfucking menace, let me be it. Fibonacci spiral in that Buddha, how I beat it. Tell me what's the issue? Man, I be no problems, I can slow down the tempo. Time is all relevant, time is all irrelevant. My time has been hella spent, deep in meditation, for pineal rotation. Engulfed in indigo flames, broken from my old chains. I don't own no gold chains, rock a lot of glass though. Take a couple dabs, you know. Do the math, you know. I got the gift of gab.
I wanna talk about the universe at 3 in the morning. My melanin queen. Can we talk about the universe at 3 in the morning? The melanin thing.
Baby, you so Fibonacci. Fibonacci, how you sloppy top me. The way you arch your back and hop on Poppy. I'm serious, B. I go deeper than Atlantis. I command the submarine. I'm so motherfucking managed. Let me realign your planets. Paint your brush with this wildfire. Out of control like a wildfire. Control your body, I desire. 3 a.m. when your melanin getting active. We discuss the secrets of the universe with your panties off. Hurry up, let's get your panties off. Cosmic love, you my cuddle bug. Astral steps, we gon' cut a rug. Create the cosmos from the storm that we call love.
I wanna talk about the universe at 3 in the morning. My melanin queen. Can we talk about the universe at 3 in the morning? The melanin thing.
What's up? Ah shit. Watch this.
Lefty did it.
Low key, I can't help it. Too much love, no selfish. Embracing imperfections, that is why I'm so damn perfect. And my heart is filled with gold, that's why I'm shining. Vegan on my teeth, so you know ain't no denying. Always got kombucha in my cup, don't need no Henny. Shout out to the homie Dino, he supply a naga plenty. Stretching, doing poses, doing all this yoga. Call me Yogi, giving honor to the ones before me. They the ones who know me best. As I citate the sun, Hail Selassie, I salute the number one. That's the truth, and I hail the Trinity. Father, mother, son, I ain't lying, then I tell no lie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't. Truth is all inside. Watch me speak in tongue.
Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Mane Pane Ham Mang Sang Wahe Guru 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 Wahe Guru Guru Ram Das Guru.
Did I lose you? I'm a FUBU. No fat Albert, but my truth is heavier than 9 dudes. Hoping that there's not a stick inside your ear like wax do. Prick your heart like tattoo so you land on feet like cats do. I'm a fucking menace, but you already know that though. I be crystal gemming. Never hit the pookie though, dropping LSD. Give me liquid or the taps, bro. Smoking DMT. Late night out the homie bomb. Healing.
Aku Jasaner. Aku Jasaner. Aku Jasaner. Aku Jasaner.
Dive in, Michael Phelps, strip like wood through the boy, collecting knowledge of myself. I'm a stone cold killer, serving all these ego deaths. I be floating like a spirit, trying to invoke my ancestors. Last night we had a full moon. I cast the spells up underneath that full moon. You know I'm on, charge my stones underneath that full moon. Pure intentions, Gaia guide me higher than a full moon. The way she take them draws off, I'm hiding like it's full moon. But it's high noon, I'm vegan, all the milk I drink is cashew. No cow food, leave them in the pastures. Oh my god, man, fuck a rapture. Get protein from my broccoli. Third eye, I see properly. Psychedelic, I'm properly. High as hell, no devil beat. He is I, you or me. We are all my family. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. Echo and car mixing Sanskrit in my rhetoric. They hating saying all I rap about is psychedelics. Yes, I'm down for the cause. I'm a psychedelic advocate. Boy, I'm a shaman. Hit you with this fungus trip. Throw your aura in a pool. Let you learn your ass to swim. Psychedelics are not drugs, just the best of medicine. If you haven't, you should have them. You will thank me in the end. Got a bucket if you need to purge that bullshit. Bet your whole life everything that you was taught is bullshit. Hotep to my people, berry rise about them bull feces. Don't ignore the spirit if you feel it in your soul reaching. Begging you to come back home. Just let your soul lead you to knowledge of yourself. Thank your ancestors. Hotep.
Just fine. love. You gotta love more. You gotta love more.
I got an indigo flow, I got an indigo soul. I mean my gold soul glow, indigo. I see you, pineal, clear view, vision piercing through the windows of your soul. I'm medicine healing, I got a tribal feeling when my chakras get connected to them nodes. Love is energy, body filled with inner chi. Manifest when I connect to source, the inner peace. He and you and I are me, we are I. Bet that you can't count the pie. Love is just a feeling we should convey a little more. Feel that anahata roar. For my sheeples who don't know, that's that heart chakra. Kinda vibrate through your chest like hard rocker. So we should love a little more. Love a little more. Love a little more.
I'm just fine, just living. Everything's all good. Tell me why are you tripping? Things is good. You gotta love more when you're living.
You gotta love.
You gotta love. You gotta love more.
I tell you no lie.
You gotta love more.
Love is all I do, love is all I know. Love is all of you, love is how we flow down the river through the belly of the cosmos. Deep into the void, let me learn you all that I know. Fibonacci spiraling, then my gold is glistening. Swear my fucking spirit yelling, tell me is you listening? Dope says we gon' come back around a few times. The power's all within yourself, I said this all a few rhymes. Let me ground myself, connect the source right quick. Used to be a common man, it's not the realms I just are it. Floating in and out of consciousness, I connect with blue avians, the raw materials to the secret of life. Mental netta on my square, I'ma love mine right. So how about you? I love you.
I'm just fine, how you living? Everything's all good. Tell me why are you tripping? Things is good. You gotta love more. When you're living, you gotta love. You gotta love more. You gotta love more. You gotta love more.
Unconditional, swear I got that shaman flow. Infusing all my songs with love, that's how I give good healing, bro. Really how the spirits got me. Drifting down the astral lane, the realm feels so inviting. Loving more is so enticing. I invite you to strap up and just enjoy the ride, man. I'm high off tree, but you ain't gotta be to love yourself. Meditate and laugh a lot, invest in help. Crying saying that you broke, love is wealth. Warm and cozy feeling when the love is felt. I love the light cause it show me the way, but never part from the dark cause it show me the stars. Number 7, how I live my life. When I'm all complete, everything gon' equal 9. Love is always happening. That's why it ain't no such thing as time.
I'm just fine, how you living? Everything's all good. Tell me why are you tripping? Things is good. You gotta love more when you're living. You gotta love. You gotta love more. You gotta love more. You gotta love more. You gotta love. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love more. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love, gotta love more.
Oh, can't hear anything.
Oh, there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Paranormal, baby. This is how we doing it. Paranormal Hood. DJ Hookay. And you know the Who stands for Hookay. I'm Ghost.
Smoke weed every day.
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
Wait, for you, Junior, your boy. Hold up.
You like that? You like that?
You remember that? All right, folks. What's up? What's up, hoodies? Welcome back. It's Paranormal Hood Live. We're in the last stretch here in the God of Knowledge studios of the show. It's me, Jiggy.
Smoke King.
Metaphor.
Junior.
Wow, he had to be all creepy and fucking creep to the mic, Junior. But well, yes, it's the last stretch. We're talking all things paranormal. I don't know what's his name, Rich MacArthur. Welcome, brother. I don't know if you're still in the room, man. But yeah, I talk a lot about the South Shore, that area. No disrespect to it, and Brockton. I've lived in Brockton a couple of different places, and it's just one of those places where the energy there, it changes when you enter that city. In certain places, the energy is a lot stronger. It's real negative. When I lived there as a kid, like I said, I cannot in my life, and again, you probably don't know my history because it might be your first time listening to the show, but I've been shot, stabbed, all kinds of crazy shit. Brain surgery, died, came back from a burst aneurysm, all kinds of crazy shit. Thousands of fights or hundreds of fights, whatever, I don't know what the fucking number is, in clubs and bars and concerts and different shit and everything on the streets. And it's just, yeah, nothing has ever been scarier, other than my mama, because she was a crazy ass, woman, because they used to beat your ass back in the day. But was the house in Brockton and just what was going on there when I was a kid, and then returning there as an adult. I worked a couple of spots in that city, everything, just a lot of angry people. And I always say this, I don't think it has to do with the people. I think it has to do with the areas. And some of these areas are built on crazy ass shit, just fucking portals, sacred burial grounds, crazy shit, whatever people were doing, because it's the Puritans and Pilgrims and the shit that they were doing, and fucking hanging people and doing all kinds of crazy shit and slaughtering people who they thought were doing witchcraft or anything they didn't like. And then we ain't gonna talk about the free north and shit and all that bullshit, but what they were doing to slaves and shit, even up here and shit, and black folks up here and shit, and anybody they could get their hands on. Same thing with other immigrants and stuff. But don't get it twisted. Italians, Jews, Polish people, all these motherfuckers, Chinese people came across on boats or whatever and came to this motherfucking country. They were all treated like shit. Period. Go back and look at motherfuckers that came in Ellis Island and changed their motherfuckers' names and all that type of shit, and the jokes you hear and shit. Why? I won't even tell that joke because I didn't hear that joke until recently. It was like, motherfuckers, man. But should I tell it? I won't be racially offensive to anybody.
Oh boy.
But why are so many Italian people named Tony? Because they stamped to New York on them. To New York.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, Italian kid told me that too, by the way. But yeah, not to be racially insensitive, but just the shit that how they treated everybody. And in these areas, the shit around here, they were doing some crazy shit to the natives who were already here and shit. You know how that turned out for them. So just imagine what they started doing here originally and shit when they really started plotting to do shit. They were like, yeah, like, So let's go move there. They're scared of that land. We ain't scared. We ain't scared of shit. We're a bunch of crazy motherfuckers anyways. We're all fucking disease infested, fucking insane, and fucking criminals anyways. So that's what the fuck they sent over here. So it wasn't like they wasn't gonna come here and be aggressive motherfuckers anyways. So it wasn't like they sent scholars and builders and lawyers and doctors and judges and everything and philosophers and poets. No, them motherfuckers sent what they would refer to as the ilk. So just remember who the fuck came here and what the fuck they were doing when they got here. And Brockton is a perfect example of that. And the funny thing in the paranormal too, I don't hear a lot of people from around here speak about Brockton. They speak about the Bridgewater Triangle. They speak about a lot of areas around it, and this house and that house and all that type of shit and everything. But they do not talk about Brockton. And maybe because a lot of them they never really lived there either. They don't really. It's one of those things. Maybe you pass through it, and if you're not aware, because I've said it to you when you first came here, that you were going to feel a different energy here. And I wasn't wrong. And I wasn't lying. It's where you go different places. Like what I said, when I go to New Orleans, this is what's always odd to me is that all these years, all my life, when I heard anything about New Orleans, when it came to paranormal, it was always that, there's a negative vibe. Same thing with Salem. This city's like this, blah, blah, blah. I went to New Orleans. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. This fucking city's dope. These motherfuckers went through Hurricane Katrina, and all these years later, when I come here, the culture, the people, and I'm a motherfucker. And Rich, you know what I'm talking about from around here. Motherfuckers, your neighbors ain't saying hello to you in some cases. People treat you like you're a fucking stranger in your own neighborhood. Not even just because of the color of your skin. I'm not talking about anything racist. I'm talking about just the way people kind of maneuver in the North, because people are fucking paranoid and shit for whatever reason. Some people don't talk. You could be years before you meet your motherfucking next door neighbor before they say a fucking word to you. I had a neighbor has never said a word to me, so somebody hit this motherfucker's car and I happened to be there and catch the shit on film and called the police and everything and did the right thing. And he's like, oh, you live next door? Yeah. You don't see my big black ass every day in a little ass red car, motherfucker. Like, you haven't noticed me all the years you've lived here? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck, you think I'm stupid? But now I'm the fucking nicest guy in the world because I happened to catch the motherfucker that hit his car and took off. So now I'm his best fucking friend. You feel me? But you go to places like New Orleans, it's nothing. Like, same thing with Salem. Salem's a cool city. If you're looking for a negative vibe in Salem, they didn't hang nobody there. Go to the fucking docks and shit while I was and take pictures, and you'll probably get some fucking EVPs of whales and shit and fish and shit that they done killed and shit because it's a fucking fishing community. They wasn't hanging motherfuckers. Only thing they was hanging up there were the fucking fish on hooks and shit so they could weigh them and shit. They wasn't hanging people out there. So you get these stigmas and shit about cities and places and stuff that are absolutely not true. We just watched the whole thing about Spidergate, which is a place you know well, and you personally have heard the stories, the legends, the lore about Spidergate, but you personally have been there, smoked there, chilled there, had your own experience, a paranormal experience, LB that, and you could talk about it, but at the same time, you could debunk
the stories
that shit.
that you hear, they're not what the place is. That's what it is, you know.
And people make up all this shit, and then you hear shit, but they don't talk about a place like Brockton. Same thing, Roxbury. Roxbury is the heart of the city of Boston, period. Most people don't even fucking know that. There's so much shit that goes on there, negative shit, and it has nothing to do with the people. I grew up in Boston. I grew up in the city. It ain't got shit to do with the people. It has to shit to do with the energy and where they put people and why they put people in certain places and what it attracts and what happens. And where that fucking negative energy goes, I don't fucking know. There might be some fucking siphon computer for the Matrix that's, we just need a certain amount of negative energy to make this matrix run properly. Shit, I don't know how the fuck it goes. I'm just telling you the places, there's a reason why motherfuckers live in places like that and why they act the way that they act. It ain't just because motherfuckers are oppressed and all that type of bullshit. There's some other magical shit that goes on behind it. Because again, all the words we speak magic. If you speak in negative all day, you speak in negative magic, period. Check your words. Spelling. You feel me? Just saying. Sorry, did I go on a rant? Was that a rant?
Yeah, kinda.
But yeah, I'll figure out where that fucking house was in fucking Brockton. I'll go back. I don't give a fuck. He said your neighbors won't even make eye contact. No doubt. I be smiling at all these motherfuckers now. I figure like this. I'm just going to plant the seed. I ain't the fucking big angry black man I used to be, walking around with a chip on my shoulder, even all the shit I've been through and stuff. I'm just in a different place. So when people see me, they see me smiling. I hope motherfuckers be like, they might in their mind, but what the fuck is this big motherfucker smiling about? That might be how they receive, but in the same mind, they still said the word smile, and maybe their brain will fucking pick it up and fucking start smiling their fucking self. I'm gonna start doing that. Just walk to the stand somewhere and just start fucking laughing and see if people start laughing with me. Wanna do that? Just stand somewhere and just start laughing? No? See, Junior think I'm crazy. He ain't even paying attention.
I'm paying attention. You can do it.
See what the response would be? Yeah. Shit, you can go stand somewhere and just look up in the sky and point and watch other people. And all you gotta do is just keep saying, look there, you don't see that? They'll be like, where? Right there. Try it.
Oh, I'm sure that will work.
You sure it will work?
Yeah.
What? Start running around certain people. You start running for no reason. Motherfuckers be looking around, start running with you. I see them shits all the time on the internet. Social experiments like that. You see how people respond to shit. I also like the ones when they be scaring people and shit. You can get fucked up trying to scare me. You might get hurt. Just saying, don't get knocked the fuck out trying to be cute and shit. Jiggy don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so back to lores and legends and all that type of shit, like I said. We'll actually go check out Spidergate at some point. Because he did have a paranormal experience there.
Yeah, you can have some experience there. It's a fucking cemetery shit, but it's none of the stories that you hear about it are fucking anything true. Like, unless it's something similar to like mine maybe or something like, but most of the stuff like, there's 8 gates and you gotta go through all gates and then it's why it's Spider Gates and it's fucking stupid
and
shit.
You watch the video and literally Bum, 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 bum. Sorry. Have to ruin it for you. There's maybe what the equivalent of a tree. Like there's the one by itself and the two that are connected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3 gates.
There's no 8 gates to hell unless, of course, maybe they found the other 7. Oh, other. Wait. Huh? Other 5. Thank you. Took his brain surgery, man. BS, motherfucker. Fuck you. And found the other 5, and maybe they disappeared, maybe never to be seen again. Just like I said, Bigfoot's probably like Predator and shit. Like, oh, you motherfuckers coming out here with weapons and shit? I got you. Heads up. And he just fucking pulls out his fucking laser and just shoots them in some shit and everything, and then takes them, and he has their heads hidden somewhere on his Bigfoot shit.
You like that? You like that?
I didn't mean to do that. I hit that by accident, but that's for you, Junior. Okay? I did it by accident. You know why?
Bad 'cause your ass is so.
Old people make mistakes. But yeah, there's still plenty of time in the summer too, folks. So some of the stuff you guys are gonna get to see. You'll be a part of it. You'll be able to check it out. See our brand of investigating. A little bit of some of the devices, but not necessarily a whole lot of that stuff either. More instincts, more maybe just our way. Because you'll hear some talk that you may never thought some of this stuff in some ways. Especially when it comes to the Native Americans. And why maybe some folks can't contact those motherfuckers. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff. And we're going to find Bigfoot. But we're not going to capture Bigfoot. We may never be able to tell you that we even talked to Bigfoot. Maybe Bigfoot will be cool, but you can tell these motherfuckers. Maybe we'll take a picture. Maybe Bigfoot want to take a selfie with us because like, these motherfuckers are cool as shit. We're going to bring Bigfoot an offering. They call me Bigfoot, man. I'm like, Bigfoot, they call me Bigfoot. And they'll feel bad because they're like, wow, that's fucked up. They make fun of you, huh? Because you got big feet. Because I got 114 and 115 and shit. And I'll be like, yeah, Bigfoot, you understand what I'm talking about. Because you got big ass feet. You can relate. You know what I'm saying? Although I get amongst big people, they don't call you Bigfoot. Like, what's your real name and shit and everything, too. Because out there, like, Bigfoot squatching and shit. Because we call it Bigfoot. Bigfoot probably got a name. You know what I'm saying? No one's trying to think about, you know, Bigfoot lives matter. Like, what's Bigfoot's name? Like, how do you figure out what Bigfoot's name is? How can I address you? I don't want to call you Bigfoot. I don't want to call you Sasquatch or Yeti or whatever fucking names, Wendigo, any of those names. That's insensitive and shit. You don't meet a person of a different race and be like, hey, you know, hey, so-and-so. Hey, so-and-so. So why does Bigfoot have to be Bigfoot? Why can't we figure out a better name to call Bigfoot? Something that's just a lot more sensitive. No? No one cares about Bigfoot? Alright, fuck it.
You know I care about Bigfoot, but yeah. Me and Bigfoot got a deal. I can't say anything. Shit, I said too much.
Bigfoot gonna storm in here real quick and statue and run out of here at hyper speed, never to be seen again. That won't happen. I'm just saying, Bigfoot lives matter. It's our approach. I'll approach whenever I have to. We have some different things we're gonna do when we investigate, and we have different ideas, different things. Not saying it's any more effective. We'll see. We might capture even some of the stuff we've seen already. We have to kind of keep going over footage, but there's little things and things that happen. Even again in the jail, the lights in a couple of different areas that shouldn't have been on. But we'll settle down this time and really investigate so that the noises, if they're there, they will be explainable, because it won't be all of us, you know, kind of in different areas, but even, you know, just investigating as a team. And then one day you'll get to see it, and you'll be like, oh shit, they did that. That was cool as fuck. And you'll get to see Freetown Forest, where maybe we saw Bigfoot, and maybe we saw other things, and we saw some shit too. And collectively, like all of us, like it wasn't like one person, like all of us stood there like, oh shit, that's really going on. You get to hear that and see that. And in Vermont, when we go looking for Bigfoot and UFOs, maybe ghosts out in the woods. Coral Castle. You know anything about that?
They've been following me around ever since Ocean.
Who, the UFOs?
Ocean Paracon. Yeah.
Because of Andrea Barrett.
It's weird.
She put the UFO juju on you, man.
Well, it kind of opened me up.
She opened you up?
And now I've just been
seeing. She spread you wide open?
Huh?
She spread you wide open?
You know what? Stop playing.
Sorry. But she opened you up and now you're seeing UFOs everywhere you go?
I'm seeing strange shit in the sky.
I mean, I see strange shit in the sky all the time. I'm not against what you're saying. I don't know if I attribute it to anybody else. I just... There's shit... Again, clouds. I've taken pictures of clouds. I'm just like, yo...
Has there...
Strange shit fucking all the time, not even just looking in the fucking
That fucking thunderstorm. Did you watch the lightning storm yesterday?
Yeah.
And if you
There
watched
was
how that
lightning, I
shit
didn't hear
looked,
thunder after some
no,
of
there
it.
was no thunder. But if you watched the lightning, even the way it looked, like some of the
way it looked through
fucking
the
patterns of
clouds
the
and shit, 'cause the
clouds and
clouds are
shit,
fucking awesome.
right? The clouds look insane. Like shit. If I was a big ass spaceship, like just chilling and shit, even if I'm cloaked, again, some of this shit, that lightning storm. I'm like, what? Because I'm driving home watching that shit. Like,
Yeah,
what the
that
fuck? And that
wasn't
shit was
normal.
right in front of me, watching that shit. And it was insane the way it was just bouncing across the sky. It was doing and how those clouds looked. I'm like, hey, again, if I was a UFO and I had a cloaking device, whatever, but when I enter your atmosphere, whatever, it just because one of the things that I don't know how true this is. Maybe we need to just do a show on it, do more research. Is that they say technically lightning can't be explained, especially the power of lightning, like how it's so fucking powerful. Now, that's just I don't know. Again, this is one little thing I heard, so I'm not gonna hop upon it like
Who
it's
said that? Because lightning's pretty explainable.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like the clouds. I told you when I was a kid, I used to think if they had a cloud machine.
Lightning is pretty explainable.
It's Thor's hammer. It's Yonner.
Well, we know what Thor's hammer is.
Yeah, we know what Thor's hammer is.
But yeah, lightning is for the most part, it's pretty explainable.
UFOs make lightning. That kind of lightning that we saw yesterday.
Strange lights that they see from space, like the astronauts in the space station see stuff and they think it's lightning, but there's no lightning on the ground, and they don't know what that is. They don't have any real explanation for that one there and stuff.
Well, ball lightning too. You ever hear about ball lightning?
Yeah, there's ball lightning and stuff, but then there's these other flashes, and they say it looks like lightning, but there's no reports of lightning on the ground and stuff. They see.
Oh my god!
But they have like video and like literally people who've been on planes and have seen like ball lightning, like a ball of light. And that's why they explain it. Like they'll be on a plane, there's a ball of light, they'll just shoot down the fucking aisle. And everybody on the plane will see it, and that's how they explain it. It's ball lightning, but that's how it's created. Like, okay, but that's kind of scary. Like, so what if a person happened? Like, if the stewardess was on that aisle with her metal cart and drinks and aluminum sodas, like, wouldn't the ball lightning interact with all that metal inside of there? I'm just saying the seatbelts and everything, but hey, I'm no fucking whatever person, scientist or brain explains that type of shit. But that's how literally I've heard the explanation of what people have seen ball lightning. And it's crazy too, because one time on the other side of Medford, where I lived over there, me and my boy were playing video games. And we're both looking directly, because I got, like you said, we're talking about the big ass TV to play video games. And we're looking at the game, and all of a sudden we both look up in the left like corner of the room, and you see this ball of light that manifests, and then it just disappears. Like you see this thing power up, and we're both looking directly at it, and it goes away. And we're looking around because I'm making sure, like, the curtains, like, and this is like after brain surgery when I especially played video games. So all my fucking windows had heavy covering on it because I was very, sensitive to light at certain times, especially I didn't like sunlight and shit. So it was nowhere that anything was light was coming from the room. It wasn't a reflection from the TV, anything. And I looked at him and I'm like, yo, did you see? He's like, you saw that? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, let's just continue playing video games because we couldn't explain it. I just like, what the fuck was that? Like, we both literally seen it. So I don't know if that's what they consider to be ball lightning. Maybe that's how ball lightning manifests. But it's going to come down to like the first floor of the fucking house and manifest itself in that little corner of the room for a minute and charge itself up when there's no lightning storm or rain or anything going on. Hey, that's how they explain it. I guess that's what happened. We both saw ball lightning. So what the fuck ever. Do you think Bigfoot has the ability to tune itself to a higher frequency beyond our perception? Absolutely. I don't even think Bigfoot, when they talk about Bigfoot be out there grunting and shit, that's probably how they communicate certain things maybe, but I think Bigfoot's more probably telepathic or it just has the ability like Professor X or some shit to speak in your mind and shit. And that's probably why Bigfoot comes around and motherfuckers is out there hunting it and banging trees and making all this crazy noise and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you was out in the woods by yourself, and you was walking in the woods, and all of a sudden you heard somebody banging trees, and you're not out there to be hunting, or you're not a paranormal investigator, and you hear somebody on the trees, "Rah! Rah!" What the fuck is you gonna do? Bigfoot's probably like, first of all, if Bigfoot's telepath, let me scan this motherfucker's mind. Oh, this is a fucking one of them human idiots I've been hearing everything about. I'm good. Let me high step it the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can think about, because Bigfoot probably ain't catching people's vibes. There was a time when these natives and different cultures throughout the world, who way before we had books and internets and all this type of shit, were talking about these creatures that they were talking to, they were communicating with, and were telling them about the universe and all kinds of crazy shit, and had stories. So That's when people seemed like they were fucking cool and were getting along. Now motherfuckers ain't cool and we don't all really get along. Think Bigfoot really wants to fuck with us? Would you? Bigfoot's probably like, yeah, nah. But again, you might come across motherfuckers like us, like the new age cool motherfuckers. You're like, yo, these motherfuckers starting to calm down. There are some cool people around. Maybe I could talk to them again. We'll see. Just saying. We talk about the opening, the consciousness, 2012, the shift. Maybe that's part of the paradigm shift too. Is the ability to start communicating with whatever is out there that might be smarter, a higher consciousness, a higher level, whatever. Is that we're just peaking, beginning to peak. Just saying. Possibility. I want to meet Bigfoot. I'm saying I want to chill. I like to talk to Bigfoot. I ain't scared no big hairy motherfucker. I done fucking stood next to Shaq and shit and NBA players and shit and everything. You think I'm scared of Bigfoot? Shaq looked like a big ass Bigfoot that somebody just shaved. He looked like Harry and the Henderson, just, well, clearly a different color, and just shave up Harry and the Henderson and you got Shaq. If you listen to Shaq talk, that's how Bigfoot probably talks. Bigfoot's not in English. I'm Shaq Bigfoot. Just saying. KG, alien. Sam Cassell. Say it all the time. Been saying this shit for years since I met that motherfucker. Way before Paranormal Hood. He's an alien. I'm chilling in the club in Boston. Lands down the street. Me, Ghost, the other friends. VIP. I'm sitting on the edge of the fucking couch. I look over. Who's this motherfucker next to me? Oh, that's Sam Cassell. God damn, this motherfucker look like an alien. And this is, again, this is way, this, what year is this? It's had to be early 2000s, way before the, probably just before the gunshots, before the brain surgery, all that type of shit. So before my light switch got turned on. But I'm sitting there like, yo, this motherfucker is a fucking alien. Like, if I was a fucking alien, this is what I would be. This dude right here. And if you don't know who Sam Cassell is, please, I implore you to go and look him up. And no disrespect to him, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's no disrespect the way he looks. You know what I'm saying? Some might think he's cute, whatever. This motherfucker's like an alien to me. That's it. That's what an alien look like. And if you was an alien, you was gonna hide on Earth, where the fuck would you hide? Let me hide a bunch of other tall motherfuckers and shit. If I was Bigfoot and I got shaved up and I've been hanging around for a long time and I studied the English language and shit and I learned how to speak English like Shaq barely speaks and like most of the NBA, Charles Barkley, all them NBA players barely fucking speak English. Most of them motherfuckers, I don't know, they fucking commentators and shit. But anyways, wouldn't you fucking hide in the NBA? My favorite episode of the X-Files is one called The Unnatural. Everybody see it? It's the black dude from like Law and Order. He was in Rent. I think it's Law and Order, one of them fucking shows. But he's basically an alien who comes to Earth. He's a baseball player. He's hitting home runs, but he plays in the Negro League because he doesn't want to play in the major leagues. He doesn't want to draw any attention to the fact he's a fucking alien. You ever get a chance, watch it. It's called The Unnatural. Just say it. Huh? The show, X-Files, but the episode is called The Unnatural.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember them all.
I remember a lot of... I binge watched the fucking X-Files. Like, very not long.
But I didn't memorize every episode. And
shit, that's just my favorite episode.
If you did it recently, that's probably why it's more fresh. I watched them all when they all came out and shit. And then
no, this is like 4 years ago.
After that, when they started first in syndication a long time ago. But I've been watching some of them lately, but it's been a long time since I've seen like all of them.
Well, if you get a chance, watch The Unnatural. So I'm just saying, once I began this paranormal journey, that's one thing I said. Like, these motherfuckers in NBA, Major League Baseball, see, they talk about steroids or whatever, maybe. But maybe just like, look at motherfucking Edelman. We found something we don't even know what the fuck it is. Maybe he's an alien taking an alien subsex. Dun, dun, dun. Just saying. Right? Why not come to Earth, be like, yo, I'm going to go to Earth for vacation and shit for a few years. And I'm gonna go play football or baseball or some shit and become a celebrity on their planet and chill and shit. And I'll just disappear in obscurity and shit and they'll never know I was an alien and be out. Or Bigfoot or some shit. Shaq probably got a bunch of groomers and shit. Shaq probably got like 6 fucking, like, why does Shaq got so many barbers? I don't know, he just like have barbers and shit. But they don't realize he can't just go to one. He probably go to a barber like 7 days a week. You gotta make sure this motherfucking hair don't grow everywhere, because if you find out a Bigfoot, it's gonna be on, man. Yeah. And then expose us. What?
Motorcycle Girl says that Sam does not look like an alien. Cause see, here's my whole thing with.
Yes, he does.
Does he look like an alien? What does an alien look like?
Sam Cassell.
Are you talking like an alien, like what movies portray aliens to look like.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not like he looks like a gray alien. It's not like this motherfucker's in the club gray and shit with 2 big eyes and a slit for a nose and a mouth. I'm talking about he look. Have you ever seen this motherfucker? Have you ever seen him up close and personal? Have you ever sat right next to him?
Up close and personal.
Have you ever sat right next to him? I'm saying to you, this is way before my brain ever thought of a human being, other than seeing movies and shit, sitting, being next to a human being who I thought was an alien. What I'm telling you is, looking at him, seeing him, being in his presence, my mind quickly went to the fact that this dude was a fucking alien. Same way I get around people, so I'm like, that's not a good person. That's a psychic vampire. That's a fucking incubus. That's a succubus. That's all that type of shit that you can feel out.
Okay, I can see a feeling, but what does an alien look like?
Sam Cassell. That's one type.
That's one type? Is
Yep.
this what the people that look like Sam Cassell are aliens?
No, he might just be like us. Maybe his race, they kind of all have different kind of Matrix looking fucking, you could pick a different little race in the Matrix and shit in his planet. But that motherfucker is an alien. Sorry. Okay? Like I said, I stood next to Shaq. I don't think Shaq's alien. Shaq could be a fucking
I'm
Bigfoot.
sitting in a room full of aliens right now, so...
Hello.
And a Bigfoot.
An alien Bigfoot.
I'm a Bigfoot alien?
So
all aliens are
you
Bigfoot.
guys can tell everybody you've seen aliens right now. This is what an alien looks like. This is what an alien looks like. I can't
I'm
show
an
you everybody
alien.
else in the room, but
My name is Jiggytron. From
Yeah.
the planet Entercon.
we're all aliens, so...
Well, Sam Cassell's definitely an alien. Sorry. Sorry, motorcycle girl. I'm just saying.
But that's the thing with this, with people, like when they say like I seen aliens and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, and it's always something that like you would have seen on TV and stuff. It's never like this fucking totally obscure fucking thing like that you're like, wow, oh yeah, you must have fucking seen an alien, because I mean to fucking even come up with a story like that and describe something that looks like that, that's fucking insane.
You know
But
what?
most people are like, yeah, they got a big head and some big eyes and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So that makes me think, like, back to the X-Files, that it's us, it's the fucking government, and they just put on this fucking costume
3 fingers and shit.
from a fucking story that they fucking heard back in the fucking, you know, back in the day or whatever, and they just like, yeah, we'll just roll with that one then. We'll just make up these costumes, and when we abduct people and shit, we'll just fucking wear these costumes and shit. They'll just think it's that. You know? Because, I mean, fucking aliens, you would think that there'd be a little bit more variety and shit when people get abducted and stuff, although most of the time, like, I don't remember.
Well, some have talked about the tall whites and the Pleiadians.
There's
and
a few, but, you know, but the most of the time when people have, like, say, I got abducted by aliens, it's usually like, yeah, they had a fucking big head and stuff.
Beavians. Riley Martin talked about the
They're not
Beavians.
always fucking grays either. They're like, oh, it was green, it was blue, you know, and they had big eyes, and they probed me.
But you know, when I had this is funny too, again, because this is way before Paranormal Hood, but for some reason, the night I was in the hospital before my brain actually exploded, I was having a conversation with the nurse, and he was saying that, I don't know why maybe we were watching some weird show or something. I was watching something crazy on TV, who knows, but he was saying that maybe when people think they're abducted or whatever they think aliens are, that if you think about when you come out of anesthesia, maybe you've ever had surgery, or maybe you're just having a memory when you were a kid, but like, you know, the first thing you kind of see are these doctors with these masks and shit and these things on their head and these crazy blue things, and your eyes aren't really focused and your brain isn't really focused yet, and that you're having a memory at some point of actually encountering just coming out of anesthesia or maybe your birth or something that's just kind of implanted in your brain. It was just a weird analogy or just a weird observation he had made of it, and had discussed that, and it just was something that stuck with me, and I still remember that to this day. It was just something I was like, I guess. Like, I've never claimed, I don't know that I've ever been abducted by aliens. I don't think I have. I've had time slips and memory gaps, but none of it's ever assaulted me waking up saying, oh shit, I remember some aliens or some shit. It could have just been the alcohol. It's never been weed or anything else. But I don't even know if I was even drunk. I've had time slips without being drunk, but I've never just known that an alien ever took me or whatever. But I've definitely had plenty of surgeries and shit, and either had someone I was a kid, so who knows. But I don't look in my mind and be like, oh, I got abducted by aliens. I remember them too. But then you have people like Travis Walton and different things. And again, like when it comes to the gray aliens, one of the things that thought process has always been is like they're like the worker bees or whatever. Like they're the fucking
ones
droids,
doing
the
it and
androids,
stuff like
whatever.
that.
They do the hard work. They're like they're the middle management. Like they're the catalyst between them and the big alien.
But they're never more descriptive. Like, yeah, this one guy, his eye was just this one left eye was a little bit bigger than the other one. His nostrils flared a little bit.
Well,
more
hold on.
stuff.
But when they made,
it's usually just he had a big head and big eyes.
When they
didn't
cloned
talk.
Boba Fett, all the fucking what do you call it, stormtroopers looked like Boba Fett originally. Every single one of them. None of them had a messed up eye. They literally were all spitting images of them. So if you're manufacturing these aliens somewhere, they're probably just like us. If you're manufacturing something, and maybe they have like a Marshalls in the galaxy where you go get the fucked up aliens
We're being
and shit.
manufactured according to some theories and stuff like that, but we're all different.
Well, I mean, there's gray aliens, there's blue aliens, there's Pleiadians, Biavians. I mean, there's a list of different aliens that throughout time people have supposedly encountered, from reptilians, Anunnaki. I mean, it's not like there's not an infinite list of drawings and crazy shit that people supposedly have encountered. So, but again,
it's usually ones that the chances are people have most likely fucking seen an image of an alien that looks like that. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. I don't. I'm not trying to discount anything. I've just never seen an alien that I know of except for Sam Cassell. I've seen over the years some people I've like, yo, that motherfucker's probably an alien or a vampire or some shit, whatever. But that was the first person that I ever remember, other than people I've just kind of encountered. Was like, yeah, these ain't good people or whatever. They got crazy energy, crazy aura. Something about them ain't right. That's why I stopped taking piano lessons, because my piano teacher one day just touched my shoulder. And my brain was just like, yo, this is not a good person. I'm out. And went home and was like, I'm not taking piano anymore. I'm good. They're like, not to take piano anymore. We trust your judgment. You're usually spot on with people. So I've always trust my judgment when it comes to people. And I trust my judgment when it comes to aliens. And Sam Cassell's an alien. I'm sorry to call Sam Cassell out. If he ever wants to talk about it, he's like a friend of yours or something, and you know him, tell him to reach out and talk to me. And we can talk about it, you know what I'm saying? He can tell me he's not an alien, and I'll take his word for it. Not, but, you know, I remember that shit. And I've been around other NBA players, football players, baseball players, even a couple hockey players. So I met Brad Marchand. He opened the door for me. Nice guy when I make a delivery. But I'm telling you, out of all these people I've met, celebrities and shit, that Sam Cassell dude, alien. Shaq, Bigfoot. KG, he was like a troll, like one of them big old fucking, like if you watch Lord of the Rings and shit, them ears and shit and everything. I'm just saying, you go down the list and start looking at them. Sheldon Richardson, I can name a few motherfuckers that stand out just a wee bit. Barry Bonds, he's probably unnatural. Oh, he took steroids. No, he's an alien. He said, fuck this, end of my career here, I'm going out with a bang. Let me really show him what I can do. Okay? I'm just saying, folks. It's my analogies, okay? You know, I've had the privilege through my work of being in rooms with thousands of people. I've been in rooms, which is, I don't know how to explain it, but you ever been in a room, and it could be a packed room, and you literally could just turn out all the sound and not hear anything. It could be a concert, and just not, it's like almost like the lights go down, and you are the only person in that room. It's almost like time just kind of stands still for a minute or a second.
Where did you guys go?
Exactly. You're like, yo, what the fuck just happened? I've done that. Like, yo, and I'm like, is this just me? Or, I don't know, whatever.
I can stop time and shit. Like, I can walk through a place, and it's like everybody else is going in slow motion and shit, and I'm moving at normal speed. And I'm just looking at people, and like they're reaching, you know, like I'll be in a store, they're like reaching for a shelf like wicked slow motion, and I'm walking by.
Me
and then I've been in places where like I've done it, and I like everything stopped.
And then you steal that fucking can of whatever from that poor old lady who was about to get it.
The first time like
fasten
everything
her.
stopped, I was fucking tripping balls, and I was at a hockey game.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, the puck, stop.
Yeah.
I know what's
Like
going
that.
in. Let me go place a bet real quick.
No, that was the weird part. Everybody in place stopped except the hockey game was still going. It was weird.
I'm sure.
And watching the hockey game was wicked cool because they were like drawing all these cool patterns and stuff, and it stayed in the ice and everything like that. I was like, what's the message? Slow it down, and I could slow it down, and I'm like, whoa, look at that shit. But yeah, everybody, it was just, and it was quiet. Like the hockey game was still going, and just everybody froze. The guy was showing somebody to a seat, and he just froze and stuff, and I was just like,
Wait, somebody said Brian Scalabrine might be an alien.
Might be an alien.
Well, he is, because him and Michael Rappaport are the same person. Just so you know, they're literally the same person, and they just changed to do different things. And that's my theory. This guy, Brian Scalabrine, probably is an alien too. I don't doubt that. I hear you. Was he the Red Mamba or some shit? I forget what his nickname is. Who said that though? I didn't get to see the actual person who commented because I didn't scroll up. I'm not watching.
I have deja vu all the time, and then I've had past life memories and stuff. Like, I know I've lived here on this earth before.
This here Earth, a little Earth right here?
Yeah.
Been here before, done this before. Absolutely. I'm sorry, somebody
like the last blunt now.
Somebody got offended by me calling San Casella alien. I'm sorry, motorcycle girl. I'm just saying. I've met all kinds of things in my life, and the more aware I come, the more I just come across people. I'm like, you just look at people a little bit different. I feel like Will Smith in like Men in Black and shit, when he went in the fucking store and met G's, and they went to get the weapons and shit, so he could tell him what the weapon was that the alien had that he chased down. And then he walks outside and he sees people different, like people riding by on bikes, and you see the aliens poke out and shit and everything under the sewer grates and all that stuff. And you're like, oh shit, some crazy shit. See the world a little different. Yeah. So now I'm looking out for them aliens. But again, this is before the awakening. This is before the light went on. Jiggy Man, an alien. Sam Cassell was my first alien that I ever met.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shaq was the first Bigfoot that I ever met. Kevin Garnett was the first troll I ever met. Trying to think who else. Now that I have to start thinking about it. Brad Marchand could be a little werewolf. He's kind of crazy. He like licking people and shit and everything. He could be like a werewolf or something. There was a dude who used to play for the Bruins, so I was like, that dude's a werewolf. I forget his name. Horton, maybe Nathan Horton. Just telling you, now start watching your sports a little bit differently. Like Brady's a clone. Giselle had Brady cloned. Supermodels are fucking alien, what do you call it, recruiters. They work for the aliens, they're the middleman. They recruit people to make super hybrid human beings. So she took Tom, and one day they went on vacation, supposedly, and she cloned him. They cloned him, and then they sent him back, Super Tom.
Possibly.
Y'all think I'm lying?
But I don't think so, because why would they let a clone fucking wake up?
What?
Why would they let the clone be woke and go around saying and doing what he's doing?
Because it's like that fucking show Westworld or whatever. His program is kind of messed up, but they can't snatch him. You have to reprogram him again.
He goes on vacation all the time, though.
Still too high profile. Too much paparazzi and shit around watching him on vacation.
I don't really think so, though, because you don't really see Tom Brady in his personal life anywhere, unless it's something that he put out there. He got real good security. They got real good security.
But he's also pushing his brand. Maybe they're like, maybe eat his brand. Maybe there's something in his brand we don't know. Maybe that's how the cloning process begins. You eat TV12 food.
But his brand is woke.
Oh my god.
He's saying a lot of stuff that, you know, like supposedly these bad people that would do these bad things and stuff like that wouldn't want.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is really not an alien too.
Well, we know
Tom Brady's a clone. Elon Musk is an alien. His mama's a Pleiadian. Look her up. Another alien. Never met the woman.
I'm saying that one. That's plausible.
Tom Brady's a clone.
Well, maybe he was cloned by the good guys then, because the bad guys ain't gonna let a clone that happen to a clone and not take him out. They would have taken him out already.
Yes, he does. Thank you, Rich. I'm telling you, that dude's a fucking clone. What? Where's the little Tom Brady? I don't know what happens to clone. It could be like, what was that movie with the pods and shit? When them aliens came down, there was pods and they replaced you with an alien. What was that shit called? Oh, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So it might be like that. Like, you might just get fully replaced.
See, that's the thing with Brady. He looks like he's mind controlled, but he just has control. He's a very controlled person. He has control over like everything, all his reactions, pretty much everything. Like he's very, very controlled. Like a very controlled person, like overall, like when he's speaking and stuff. On the field, you can see him lose it a little bit sometimes, but when he's doing interviews, doing things like that, you can tell. You can tell. I don't know if he meditates or what he does and any of that.
He goes into his clone chamber. It's a hyperbaric chamber, like Michael Jackson had.
Doing fucking like breathing exercises. His breath is very controlled. Everything about him is very controlled and shit.
Because he's a clone.
Practice and you work on
he's a hybrid clone.
Then you know.
He's gonna play football till he's 60.
think
Look
that's
at that rice stuff.
What? Watch him play football till he's 60. How do you do it? He's gonna look the same too. He's not gonna age.
That's another thing. My favorite.
Pharrell's an alien.
I love that. Like people are always like, oh, all these people, they're all like Illuminati. They're all this and shit. And then you listen to what they're talking about, and you're like, yeah,
I ain't saying about Illuminati.
They could be the Illuminati, just not the fucking Illuminati you're thinking about and shit.
Listen, maybe they're cloning people to go in a direction, eat certain things, be healthy, be a certain way. So we have strong hybrid clones, worker bees. They said we used to be taller and stronger, right? Maybe they're trying to get us back there. All these motherfucking kids is getting taller and fucking taller and taller.
We ain't gonna be worker bees if we're all fucking know that we are free. Like, you want me to do what? See, that ain't how this works anymore.
Yeah, that might be what they want us to think, man. They might have another plan behind the plan next to the plan, man.
I'm sure
you think you're free, but we still trapped on this bubble, on this. We're still cattle, right? On this cattle planet.
Wait, you may be a cattle. I ain't cattle.
We're all cattle. We might be thinking outside the matrix and outside the box and everything, but we're still cattle. Listen, we ain't leaving this motherfucker. We can't just get up and leave if we're not cattle, right? There ain't no spaceship waiting outside. We can just go, let's get out this motherfucker.
Planet, but I'll leave and I'll go anywhere on this planet that I want. They ain't keeping me in no fucking cage and shit like that. I'll go wherever the fuck I want.
Hey, by the perspective of a fucking guinea pig or whatever that's in a cage, it feels like when it goes to that little tunnel to the other part, if it has a big cage, the other part of the cage, to him it just went to another country. It's all about perspective.
I took the green pill.
There's a green one?
It was red and green, duh. You didn't see the Matrix?
Red and blue.
Blue? Was it blue?
I saw it.
Blue. I took
yeah, I'm just saying he took the green one.
Oh. So what's the green one?
A little bit of both.
I took the clear one.
See.
No, that's purple. Sorry.
Clear is purple?
No, red and blue.
It's purple?
Yeah.
You took the purple one? You
no.
combined them?
See, the green pill is the one that makes you realize that we all are the one.
That's why I took the clear pill. It had no color to it at all. So we're all just the same. Yeah, see? Ha!
No, black would be everything. Clear is nothing.
Everything came from black. That's right, because we're nothing. I told you I was going to be a designation. I am nothing.
Wow.
That's my new designation. I'm nothing man. Dun, dun, dun. I don't represent anything.
I am everything man.
I'm the universe man.
Well, you can't have the universe without everything and nothing.
But nothing is everything and everything is nothing.
Exactly. Not even here right now.
Where am I? Testing 1, 2. Can you folks still hear me? Hello.
This weekend.
All right, we're back.
So,
Alice, you going to Wonderland?
So yeah, this weekend's gonna be awesome.
Yes, folks.
Absolutely.
Be laying in my hammock under the stars, watching the fucking meteor shower.
I'm gonna go smoke a blunt with Bigfoot, and he's gonna talk about the universe and tell me where he comes from, water and everything.
I'm gonna watch fucking alien. I'm gonna watch UFOs fucking come in because they're gonna try and sneak in during.
Because that's really what the fucking meteor shower is, anyways. That's the arrival. That's the arrival.
Keep your eyes open.
That's the arrival. That's what the motherfuckers like, yo.
That's when they
all right, all aliens. This is your landing time. Get information, please, and follow the landing lights and land in your appropriate designated areas for the next year.
They come in during that. That's the time.
It's like standing by.
Send a lot of shit up, but the meteor shower's real. We're going through a fucking tail of a fucking comet and shit.
Yeah, whatever. Tail of a comet, my ass.
Well,
the comet's probably a big ass spaceship. There's little ass spaceships.
In a few years, I can actually show you that comet, the tail that with the debris field that we go through. I can show you the comet that makes that tail on the with the telescope and shit when it comes close enough again when we can see it again.
All right. So make sure you go look at the aliens arriving, folks. It's the arrival. It's the new souls.
Be watching all weekend.
It's all the new souls. That's where the new souls come every year. That's how we have like 8 billion people now, whatever the fuck it is. Because new souls come in a couple of times a year.
No, they come from the sun. It's a solar generator.
Yeah, exactly. The soul spits out the sun. It's the sun spits out the souls. The souls come. We think they're meteors, but we don't realize those big, beautiful lights that kind of come through the sky. Those are souls arriving. Those are all the new souls. So make sure you.
But yeah, make sure you subscribe. and your notifications on, because we can go live at any point this weekend on YouTube or Instagram.
Might go live with
We're gonna
Bigfoot.
try and go live with Bigfoot. Try
Aliens
and go
might
live with
roll
some
up.
fucking aliens.
You see some
We're
Coral
gonna go-
Castle.
We're gonna do a live fucking stream of us on mushrooms. Journeying, doing some mushrooms, listening to shamanic drumming, fucking throat singing in the middle of the woods by a fire. Like in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere.
Far up
Nowhere.
north.
So
Completely
weak.
off
We will
grid.
travel.
We're gonna be so off grid we might go be close to Cool K. We will be. We'll be 10 miles from Canada. 10 to 15 miles away from Canada.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna put my foot over the border.
They were adventurous.
Make a friend.
The hoodies. They journeyed out far north, far away from the bright lights of the big city, to find the unknown Bigfoot, UFOs,
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of stuff. We'll be showing
aliens.
We're going to Vermont. Vermont. Somewhere in Vermont.
Does that sound dramatic enough?
13 miles away from Canada.
Yeah.
Yep. Everywhere at night. Yep. All weekend long, Monday and Tuesday. It is, you know, but this weekend especially, there's gonna be no light pollution.
None.
We're gonna be in the middle of nowhere.
Nice.
And we're gonna see it all. We'll bring a good camera too, so we can post pictures up afterwards and shit once we get them off the camera and whatever. I won't be able to live stream with a good camera and stuff because I'm not bringing the laptop and all this stuff. And
Yeah,
and all
nah.
up. So
Sorry.
we'll be live streaming on the fucking tablet or the fucking my phone and everything. We'll be making sure we have that.
It's on.
Someone will show it audible and go to see and do it shit.
You will see it all.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna do at least
You will
3
be a
hours when
witness.
we're on mushrooms Saturday night. Probably we'll be sitting by the fire, fucking listening to shamanic drumming and watching the fucking. That would be just before it gets to the media shower part. They'll probably see some of them up there. We'll probably be able to see them real early. It's supposed to be a good year for them too, like last year.
Yeah. The last one smoked. There is no last one segment tonight. The next time you will see us, we'll have returned victorious from our investigation. Join us live on Instagram, on YouTube, on Periscope, maybe Facebook. Subscribe and follow all that is paranormal and be part of our experience. Are you ready for the Paranormal Hood experience? Are you ready to see us far, far away in the woods, hunting Bigfoot, trying to communicate with UFOs, talking to the spirits, communicating with the universe? This will be an investigation to end all investigations. Will you be a part of it? I know. I'm sorry. I have a lot of fun with my little thing over here, you know.
Alright, last blunt's been smoked.
That's it.
Got a lot of stuff to do.
That's
before
right.
We go tomorrow.
We got a purper. So, till next week.
90 seconds.
Check us live here, other places. Sorry if you're not on social media, but at least you know if you're on YouTube, you'll get to see some of it live. So make sure you stay tuned. And until you see us then, tell a friend and be a friend. This Paranormal Hood. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace and love.
We out. That's it. Show's over. We'll holla at you.